Take two. Good evening. Hello, my friends. Tonight, we are going to go through some more of the interviews, starting with Frank Russo's. Then we have a few other interviews, like a couple more of the friends. We also have the police videos. I want to go do our members only tonight. And I think that's it. If we decide to go into the text messages, then I want to restart it because it'll just help us keep it organized for later. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. Where are you coming from? All that stuff. I have not watched this yet. I was waiting for you guys. So let's get Dom's dad, Frank's. I don't know. This was a 3-part section that I found. So let's see here. All right. Can you guys see it? Okay, cool.
Mr. Russo, Sergeant Canton. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you. Did somebody get it? Come in back there. Yeah, dude, me. No. Did you talk to somebody?
Yeah, my wife called up and told me to come get her. She must have talked to somebody.
Okay, let me see.
And another thing is, if they answered the other boy that got killed in the accident, he had a 360 life something. I don't know if you guys are aware of this.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I tried calling the police officer yesterday and I got called back.
The officer who handled the incident that night is on night shift.
Okay.
But then our detectives are already working it. It's just a while. The one detective who's working it is out of the office. He's back Thursday.
Oh, okay.
I
just say they're making his life easier. Since they were going 90 miles an hour.
There's multiple people who've kind of relayed that information to us.
Right.
So, do you know who she talks? I'll take a look.
Yeah, pretty much. Gold chain, phone, keys to his house is all we really need. Of course, we need clothes to give the people tomorrow, the suit and shit like that.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, so go ahead.
No, go ahead. Let me see. I'm going to make some phone calls. So let me see here. Because part of the problem is I don't have access to the evidence lockers if they're locked up in there.
So, hold on quick and see if she knows that she talked to you. Hold on. Call Chris X. I bet your job easier.
Calling Chris X. Bubble.
Hello? Who are you there for? Hey, do you know who you talked to at the police station while picking up his stuff? Or Peppy's funeral home said they talked to
One of the detectives.
Okay, we got. Oh. Okay, so you don't know the personal officer that we're probably talking to. Okay, all right, I'll do it in a few minutes. Okay, yeah, she said Peppy's called about the personal stuff or something. And
okay.
The Cadillac key fob and whatever else.
Let me look around. I'll maybe make some phone calls.
Okay, guys.
Recording.
All right.
Yeah. I didn't know her. I was like, just tell him they can search the car. What do you care?
Yeah. So,
and she's like, I forgot it wasn't her car. I was sitting in the car this morning.
Yeah. So
the other car.
They're all gone for the day.
Okay.
That's Sergeant Cravatis. He should be in tomorrow, if not Lieutenant Mason.
Okay. So who do we got?
Sergeant Cravatis.
Okay.
Try him first. Usually they're here 8 to 4.
Okay.
All of our detectives are gone. The one guy just left at 6 o'clock.
Right.
Who has access to it. And unfortunately, I don't have any access.
Right.
Shoot.
Oh, the key to the house is what we need. So
correct. And they checked the key fob and it wasn't on that. So it's probably in the car. And,
all right.
And until they do the search warrant on her car, they can't,
So what do you got to do to get a search warrant on a car?
They have it. They just have to execute it. That's right.
That's like,
They have to they're doing all the paperwork, and then they'll
I'm not trying to get a search warrant for somebody's house, but what do you do for a car? Say, Jay's got a little judge and shit.
right. Same exact. So
Like you think it's just like right as broad. Anyway, the whole car is ripped open, you know?
yeah, what part of the car is thing too is once they tow it from there, right? And because we as patrol officers don't do all that, the detectives go back and do it, and you have that time frame of the case kind of goes cold where when they're down there they can look, but once they tow it, you do your basic inventory, but
Shit disappears. The car will work right open too.
but that's where we have it secured.
Oh, it's in a police complex. Oh yeah, I just
No, we have it secured.
Okay.
And that's why though they come back even that because they don't work, all weekend long, but it's Monday through Friday. So you have a day or two. So then they have to go get the search warrant, and then they go execute it, which is going through the car inventory, every single thing, and then also stuff like the diagnostics, all the stuff that comes with the car data.
This is crazy.
Correct.
On the 360, whatever that.
Yeah, and that's what multiple people have called us about.
Said 90 miles an hour.
That information.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
It's like, what the fuck? What was the hurry?
So I hate to say it, there probably wasn't a good reason for it. You know what I mean?
It doesn't make any sense.
No. So sorry, I couldn't be of more help.
No, but I'm
Okay.
on outside waiting.
All right.
The other thing, obviously somebody has the keys right now.
They could be more likely they're probably somewhere in the car, but they will find that when they go through and do the search warrant. Okay.
This is bullshit. Somebody's got the keys. Somebody has the keys. Where's his phone at?
They have his phone is in.
And it's not with this phone.
No, from what they said, they went through our detective. We have some property detectives. They went through whatever they asked for. We don't have.
Let me separate. You come and get the keys.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second, because I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, and I'm trying to help you out as much as I can. But they said there are no house keys. From what they said, there's a Cadillac key fob. There are no house keys on it, though. It is just a key fob.
Well, my understanding, we were supposed to be able to come get the key fob. Well, hold on. I'm good. Yeah. Hey, listen, talk to this police officer, because I don't understand when he's telling you. It's like we should just kick in the door or something. It's because, hold on a second. Yeah.
Hi, Christine.
Yes.
Hi, Sergeant Cadet. So they looked, we have the Cadillac key fob, but there's no house keys on that key fob.
That's a key to my car. That's my car.
Okay.
You have to at least give me the key fob.
I will see if there's a detective working, because I don't have access to that. Let me see if the one detective is working who has access to it, one of our property guys.
Okay.
But everything else, they're doing a search warrant on the car on Thursday. So
It was like getting guy with anything else in his pockets, like a wallet.
Really? Anything, I don't know, unfortunately. And anything that would have been on him would have been down at the coroner's office.
Okay.
So,
So his belongings were probably maybe in the car, the keys.
correct.
What else? Did we even take an ID? I don't know.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
What about his cell phone? His cell phone.
We have a couple cell phones. I don't know. Once again, I wasn't working, but I know they have at least one or two cell phones that we have in evidence.
So when can I get those back?
Probably once they're done with their search warrants investigation. So once again, I'm not working the case, so I can't give you specifics. You know what I mean?
So we get what? Okay, so you have access to get the key fob.
No, there may be, let me ask, there may be a detective working. Let me see if he's working, he could probably get it.
Keys to I mean, the car's in my name. It's my car.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. If not, all of our bureau works Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. They can get access to that. I just don't have access to our evidence stuff.
Okay.
So let me go see if he's working, and he can probably get that.
Okay.
But there's no house keys on that key fob.
Okay, I can identify the house keys if I know what kind of keys you pull out of the car.
Well, yeah, and that's something for the detectives in a couple of days.
You should have been able to search the car and set it into an inventory tab.
Well, and once again, I don't know.
I don't understand.
I don't know what they did down there. I mean, I wasn't there, so
Saying I'm picking a search warrant for the car.
yeah. So,
But, all right, well, I'm just saying I got to be able to be consulted, make a note of it, that if there's property in the car, that's my son's. It's not getting released to the other family.
well, no,
And
yeah,
same with that other little black kid.
no,
right?
but they're gonna go. I mean, they'll go through all of it. I don't. Once again, you have to talk to the detectives when they do all that stuff.
Nobody calls us back, so make some notes.
There's no
Cool.
showing.
Yeah, so we want to talk to. I mean, this Sergeant Cravatis is the one who's in charge of the bureau. So maybe try.
Okay.
And actually, unfortunately, I think he was out of the office today. So
I will make sure you give my ex-husband the contact information of who I have to contact so that there's no confusion.
no, I will. And then let me go check to see if our detective's working. So give me 1 minute to see if he's here.
Hey, did Dominic wear the speedboat laptop?
Oh my gosh. So that was 3, like the way that they came in the data dump with, I'd like to thank Phone Calls from Prison and Plunder. I think they're the ones that did the FOIA. That was like 3 little clips that I just put together. But that poor dad, I feel really bad for him. That was hard to watch, and I'm not even related to any of these guys. I know. What the? Wow, that was harder to watch. I thought that was just going to be like him finding out what had happened. That was wild. Okay. We have a few of these to go through. If we have, okay, then like just that we haven't watched together yet. That was wild. Wow. Okay. I also have, we are going to do the private, or the members only tonight too. Sorry, I'm still like speechless. I don't even know what to say about that. That was wild. Oh, I'm looking for I have Phone Calls from Prison, also Blunder and Phone Calls from Prison. I put them together in chunks of 4. So there's like 5 of them on here. We don't have to watch them together, or we can. I haven't listened to them yet, but what I wanted was the transcripts because I wanted to make a video disproving every single one of Steve Shirilla's lies because he's just insufferable. Okay. Who is this? Oh, this is a video. All right, let me just see here. Blair. Oh, okay. She always talks about Blair in her text messages. So I'm just pulling up the interview with Blair. That was wild. There has to be more for his dad, though. That was like 3 short clips that were in the dump, like the data dump. I feel like that really didn't answer any questions, though. Okay, the next one that we are going to watch is Blair. Blair, I know. What she said about Tavion was wild. I feel like there has to be more to that, though. I don't know. That was like 3 of the clips put together, but it didn't answer any questions. Basically, it was like, sorry this accident happened on a Sunday. If you want to retrieve anything. Hi, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad you're with me. No, I was actually going to ask if you guys were still in the Mackenzie Shirilla mood or if we were moving off of that. But then I just thought of all the stuff that we still have, like, I wanted to share. Okay, so now we're going, it's Blair. She always asks him to F him in the ass stuff. She's like jealous of the air, literally the air he breathes, literally. And this is Blair's. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for coming. Where you guys, do I know where you guys are from? I only know, actually, I don't really know where anyone's from. I just know we have some people from all over, but all right. I'm sweating. That was wild. That was really wild. Oh, I bet you he was on the shift because the day guys they came on and stayed, and the night guys ended up staying too. So how did they, I wonder how many police officers they have. You're in Idaho. Oh, right. I knew that. I did know that. That was so wild. Upland, California. Yay. I want to know though, there has to be more. I'll look for more of those Frank Russo ones. I found a really short clip of Mackenzie Shirilla's trial, and it's only, they held it to, yeah, I thought they did a real, the dad, I loved that he just said, like, I am about to flip out, like, talk to my ex-wife. She can, like, talk some sense into this. I have a lot of questions, too. Like, they only found 2 cell phones. One of them was dead, and one of them was in Mackenzie's purse. And this is just my memory. I have literally no idea. I remember the guy holding 2, like one was in her purse, one was dead. And where are his house keys? I don't know. I have questions. Oh, Ohio. Hey. Oh, that's another clip that we have is Kat. I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. She went to prison with Mackenzie. Kat. So I clipped some of her stuff because, Kat Crowder. I was watching something, and the girls that they all went to prison with Mackenzie together, Mackenzie had 2 in her purse. Yeah, those are the 2 I remember. The other day, I don't know, this is on Shirilla the Killer. She's always been, she's been around for a long, well, since this case. And she clipped something, these 3 girls were all on together. They all went to prison together. And Mackenzie, the ex-girlfriend, she had 2 pizzas delivered to the ex-girlfriend's house while they were on a live under the name Mackenzie Shirilla. Her level of psycho is astounding, because who else would have thought of that? And when I last saw it, it was a little earlier. They were going to go to Papa John's and figure out, yes, that's right. Thanks, Debbie. That's right. Yes, back to the cell phones. So anyway, I only remember them collecting 2 of the cell phones. One of the things I saw earlier were some of the friends or prisoners that were in there with Mackenzie. They were all on a live on TikTok, and Mackenzie interrupted their live by having 2 pizzas ordered and delivered to her house, like pay on delivery under Mackenzie's name. Woohoo! She never ceases to amaze me in her crazy. Okay, now Blair. Blair is the one that Mackenzie always gets jealous of. Like, are you gonna fuck Blair in the ass? I think he was part of the traveling salesman industry with him. And Doms weren't there either. Oh, I wonder if that was the mysterious 4th person. I know, isn't that wild? The story of the girls, I should have just screen recorded that. I was driving, and just listening to it. And so it was Kat Crowder. If anyone's seen her, she got like 30 million views on a video about her days with Mackenzie. They were limited, and she's very honest about her struggles with addiction. But and the ex-girlfriend, she's one of the girls, I don't know, Mackenzie was all over her, and they were on a live. I just saw it today, but I have no idea how old it is. And she got the pizzas delivered. She's so wild. It's so terrible. This is so terrible. I went out. I couldn't even imagine the nightmare I'd wake up to. Oh, yeah, this is wild. This is 100% crazy wild. I feel like what that police officer could have done to alleviate the Russo's anxiety too was like call the detective on this case. We love him. He's detective great. That is so wild. Yeah. And the boys' cell phones, do they ever find them? Apparently not. I don't know. It's unbelievable. So this is Blair. Blair is the one who she's like jealous. He's a traveling salesman. come on. And she gets really jealous of him. So this is his interview with the police. I haven't seen any of these. Okay.
One.
Sorry if that just scared you.
It's 8:20.
No sound comes.
Recording.
Okay, it's 8:26. 2022 at 14:01. We are at 19431 Spruce Lane.
I know it's a little tongue
It
twister,
is.
isn't it?
Big time.
I always have to
Big
say it real slow and spell it for people when I'm giving you my address.
Okay. So how long have you known Dominic?
4 or 5 years.
4 to 5 years? Where did you guys meet at?
School.
School? Shanksville High School?
Mm-hmm.
How often do you talk to him? Or did you talk to him, I should say?
Once a day.
Once a day? Okay. And can you describe your relationship with him?
Friend.
Friend, like close friend or just, hey, how you
One
doing?
of my best friends.
One of your best friends? Okay. So, being your best friend, did he ever confide in you about his relationship with Mackenzie?
Could you be more specific?
Sure. Did he ever tell you about, they got along? Did they not get along? Did they fight? Did he tell you, oh, she's crazy, or, I'm afraid of being around her? Anything of that sort?
Mm-mm. No.
How long have you known Mackenzie?
Knew Dom probably 3 years.
Okay, through them. Okay. And so your relationship with her is strictly through Dom?
Yeah.
Okay. And when was the last time you heard or spoke to Dom?
The day of.
The day of?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what time, give or take? Doesn't like right morning?
Like away or night, like maybe like I think 10.
10? Okay. Do you know, did he tell you where they were at? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did he, well, can you tell me anything about the conversation? Was it like, hey dude, come party with us, or hey, this night's proving to be a long night? What did he say?
He just said, thanks for kicking it with me today. Like we just kicked it for a little bit.
Okay. No complaining about, today I got into an argument with Mackenzie,
No.
or?
Mm-mm.
Okay. How would you describe their relationship in public? Were they PDA, like if they went out, they all over each other, or did they bicker in front of people?
No, I didn't see any of that.
Okay, so did you see any of what, like the PDA or the bickering?
Neither really.
Neither. Okay. Did you ever see him fight?
Not never. I've never seen him fight in
About
front of me.
argue?
Like, like you be more specific. Like,
Did you ever see them go down each other's throats about things like, you're an a-hole, you're a bitch, this, that kind of thing?
no, nothing like that. No.
Okay. Did Dom ever express any concerns about Mackenzie? Anything about, his safety?
Mm-mm.
Ever complain of her driving?
No, not to me.
Were you ever a passenger in a car she was driving?
Once.
Yeah. Did you feel safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
No.
I wouldn't have thought anything. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. No, like crazy driving.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Nothing that made you fear, or wish you didn't get in the car with her.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So did they ever talk about suicide?
I've never heard either of them talk about suicide. No.
Did Dominic ever express to you that Mackenzie, is suicidal, or, and again, I'm just asking to cover all bases here. I'm not saying she is. I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. Was she, ever expressed suicidal ideations, and he was like, man, can you believe this?
Is there any way you can give like a specific example or like thing? I get it, but
Like the most specific I can tell you is, did he ever express to you concerns that she's suicidal? Did he ever tell you, hey Blair, she's
he never told me that she was suicidal. No.
okay. And he never expressed any type of fear from her?
Mm-mm.
Okay. For some reason, Miss Russo and some of the other kids that I talked to seem to believe that if anybody knew Dominic well, it would be you more than anybody else. Unfortunately, Dominic's not here to tell us what happened in the car between 5 and 5:30. Around that time when we believe the accident happened. So did you receive any text messages from him after 10 p.m. expressing
I just received one call,
what time?
2:41 a.m. But that's it, and I didn't respond. I was sleeping.
Is it unusual for him to call you that late?
Yeah, I'd say that's out of the ordinary.
Did and that you don't have to answer that, but can you do you have an opinion as to why maybe he called you? Is he known to
Honestly.
drunk dial, having a good time and be like, hey, come kick it with us type thing?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, that's fair enough. Did he send you any last text messages?
Honestly, no.
No.
Just that call.
Just that call.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he leave a voicemail?
Mm-mm. There's a FaceTime.
Oh, FaceTime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you think I should know about Dominic and Mackenzie's relationship? Anything that would be pertinent? And like I said, we're looking at everything. This could simply just be an accident, but I have to ask the difficult questions, like, could she have done it on purpose? Even if I don't believe it, we have to ask it. So
Yeah, I really don't know. Being honest, I don't know.
Okay. Is there anyone you think I need to talk to? Who's Dominic's best friend? His, the one who would keep the secrets. Can't think of anybody.
I really can't. Yeah.
So who's his group of friends? His close circle of friends? I know you were somebody that was mentioned by at least 3-4 people.
Mainly, he really is just close with his family. he didn't really like hang with like a lot of people like outside of his family, other than like that Davion and like Mackenzie.
Did you know Davion?
He's lying.
I only knew him like I only met him like twice.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Cool guy.
yeah, he was chill.
That's what I hear. Has anybody from Mackenzie's side, mom, dad, friends, told you not to talk to me?
No, but she was trying to get a hold of me through Miss Russo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Okay.
Nah, I honestly don't know why.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna give you my card. I understand talking to cops is not necessarily the people's most favorite thing in the world. Like I said, I'm not Vice. I'm not Narc. I'm not. I'm looking at the crash. But a piece of the big puzzle, if you think of this whole incident as a puzzle, is the people who are close to Dom, and if they knew anything about the relationship, anything that would lead you to believe, like after I leave here, take some time, think about it. Did you ever witness, remember Mackenzie threatening, or, Dom saying, you know what, I don't know who gave her a driver's license, or anything like that. It might be something that's very petty in your opinion, but it could potentially lead to something else. I'm not saying she did anything wrong, at least at this time. We're just trying to figure it out. And the only reason I wanted to talk to you is because at least 4 different people, mentioned your name. So what Dominic did on the side that we as a police department know of has no bearing on me talking to you or talking to any other kids. We're strictly, if you look at that time frame, we're strictly looking at the crash and what could have contributed to it. Okay. A little car fight, a little something where, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you my card. I said it's going to be nice and quick, but please take the time. People are not wrong when everybody points to you being Dominic's close friend. I said this is not Law and Order where I'm yelling at you and grilling you, but Dominic's not alive to tell us the story. His mom thinks you're the one who can shed some light. That's a lot of responsibility, and I realize that. Ultimately, I can't compel you to talk. Nobody's going to compel you to talk. But, supposedly there are rumors that he sent an I love you text message to one of his buddies very, very late in the night.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of rumors going around. And so
that's true.
And so that's what I'm trying to get to.
My one friend Kyle Smith, he doesn't live here anymore. He lives in Lakewood, but he was a close friend with Dom, and he sent a text message to him saying I love you after he FaceTimed me. Like, I don't know the specific time, but we talked about it. It was like he just sent 3 texts. I think it was just the FaceTime to me, texted Kyle I love you, texted his dad I love you, texted his mom I love you, and his brother I love you. All around between I'd say 2:41 and 3:30. Between those times, he texted people I love you. I don't know those people are the people I'm for sure he did. I don't know if there's anyone else, but those people for sure I know.
Kyle Smith. Okay. See, those are the things that are just odd. You know what I mean? Even if you're super drunk that night or super high, doesn't matter. I mean, maybe you'll throw a 1 or 2, but mom, dad, and brother at almost 3 a.m. is just unusual. Right? I mean, would you agree with that?
I do think that is a little weird.
Yeah. So again, it doesn't mean on its own.
I love him a little. I mean, if I'm going to bed, I don't know. Maybe that's what time they were going to bed. I don't know, but it is weird. So many. Was it unusual for him to say "I love you" to his friends?
No.
So was that part of his routine? I guess is what I'm trying to figure out. Did he routinely tell you?
He'd tell
when
me
you guys were leaving each other, "I love you"?
He wouldn't tell his his dad and Kyle, which like that's out of the ordinary. But he would say "I love you" pretty much to everyone he's seen.
See, what's typically odd is if I'm gonna say I love you to my friends, or to my parents, it's never at the same time. It's not in the text message at an odd
Yeah, you just
time of
start going
day.
through the list. and
Right.
then
Yeah.
go.
You don't, that's
Yeah.
unusual. But
Yeah.
even if he's like hands out the I love yous,
Yeah.
if we're hanging out like, hey, love you, see you tomorrow. Yeah, cool. But if 3 a.m, you're testing random
It's
people.
almost like you're saying goodbye.
Yes, that's exactly what it is without actually saying it. And so this is why I think
they
there's
come at it.
something going on. Okay. So would you be willing to give me Kyle's contact info?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Let me get it.
But why don't you ask Kyle if it's okay?
Yeah, can
Sure.
I ask him?
Yeah,
And then get
ask
back to
him.
you on
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I got my number here. I am gonna look him up. If I'm gonna try to find his phone number through our means. But it's always better when if it's coming through a friend saying, "Hey, cops would like to talk to you about the text message." Now I want to find out: is it normal? Did Kyle get those texts like weekend nights, 3, 4 in the morning before bed? Hey, love you, man. Or is it unusual? So yeah, this is my contact info, has my email, this is my phone number, that's straight to my desk. Just do me a favor, just maybe take a picture of it, send it to Kyle. And again, maybe he doesn't want to talk to me, that's fine. But for Mrs. Russo's sake and for Dominic's sake, if you guys want the truth about this, and maybe in all other aspects of life, you don't like the police and you don't want to talk to the police. We're not trying to frivolously or maliciously put a case on somebody. This is 2 young men who are not going to make it to the legal age to buy a beer. Think about that. So it's sad, but for their families, we owe them at least to find out what happened. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for letting me in your house.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, that was wild. I forgot how annoying that kid was. He was.
Yeah. They got at Paul Burling
Oh, wait.
houses around 11:35 ish. I remember these
Wait a
times
second.
mostly off the top of my head now.
So they got there. They
Okay, wait a second. This is okay. So this is it's still in that video, but I put them together. I will explain. That's the 2 kids. Okay. Those are the 2 kids that explain the 360 Okay. Let's talk. Let's do this. So I never explain what my credentials are, but I feel like I want to. This is my credentials. So, you can't see it. I am certified in all of this stuff. And a certified guide to meeting your astral guides, your spirit guides, guide to Akashic records, guide to astral travel, hypnotherapy and hypnosis, Shambhala 1, 2, 3, levels 1, 2, and 3. Past life regressions. I've done QHHT with Dolores Cannon. I have a master's, I have mastered in that. Theta healing, certified hypnosis, Shambhala, Reiki, and soul retrieval. The reason I feel like I want to explain that, because I want to explain that I put a cloak on Dominic yesterday. I have been working with his guides to break the black magic that was put on him. The black magic that was put on him was cemented with the accident. That's the one way I can explain it. When you do magic, whether it's light, this is my experience. If there's any other magicians in here, or magic left or white or dark or black or white, whatever, jump in. If not, then this is just my experience from my mentors. When the crash happened, and this is something we're going to talk about on our members only, the crash itself was symbolic in an elemental level to bind him to this space. Mackenzie, I think, she was an up and coming baby witch. She already did black magic. We know that she had a voodoo doll. She put spells on him to keep him here. She wanted his brother to put pictures of her in his casket. The good news is that she's a baby witch and didn't really have a strong, I don't think, mentor to teach her. But this magic was strong enough that it tied him to that location. So I put a cloak over him to make him invisible. Literally no one can reach his energy today. And the reason I did that was because his guides, his energy is getting pulled in so many directions. So many intuitives and mediums are accessing his energy that he can't leave. And so I cloaked him. We did this in the Karen Reed case too for John O'Keefe and 34 Fairview. It's just temporary until we can unbind him from this magic. And then he will be strong enough to make his own, he can go to the light and make his own decisions. At this exact moment, though, today, he is covered. No one can access him. And if they say they are, that's good. That's fine. I honestly don't care, because my job here, one of my jobs on earth, is helping people go to the light and educating people about the changes that are coming. So that's just my job. Like, everyone has a job here, everyone has gifts, and I just wanted to explain the black magic. If you'd like to hear it really in depth, I have an entire outline to explain it very methodically. Please join us live later on the black magic stuff. Okay, we cleared that up. The next thing that I wanted to say was that kid Blair is sketchy, and I forgot how sketchy he was. And we read the 98-page police report. It's in the playlist. Please feel free to listen. It's about 12 hours long when it's all said and done. But what we learned in there was that Paul didn't have an attorney with him when he met with the police, and that kid Blair did. Blair was also, okay, the crypto thing, yes, 100%. He was a little baller. Yeah, we've been reading the text messages, and our friend Tammy, if you're in here, Tammy, this is your shot. I shot out for you. That we were, Tammy jumped in and saved me, because, like, threw me a life jacket, because it's hard to read, but I started pulling keywords, and I made a new spreadsheet with like keywords that I thought were a little suspicious, like stab, kill, keywords like, what else did she say? I can read it to you. I can show it to you if you guys want to see it. And then we can get back to the calls. Here it is. I'll share the screen with you guys, and we'll just get into this. This is just, okay, if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. If you're returning, welcome. I'm so glad you're here too. This is a spreadsheet of, I got this spreadsheet on Reddit. Someone very kindly put all of the phone calls into a spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet. This isn't the spreadsheet that we've been reading, but prostitutes. That's the other one. Knife, prostitutes. I wanted to see, wait, wasn't that that kid that was just on was B, Blair. And she always tells him to F in the ass. And she's like, I'll F and stab him. And he's like, no need to threaten to stab me. This is Dom. You threatened to stab me in the eye. She does this too with her disciplinary thing. She goes through phases. So like this 13th, she was really mad. And Dom's like, no need to threaten to pour water on me or stab my eye. You're being mean. When you swear at me and you threaten me, Kenzie, I made a joke and you threatened to stab me. So like, this was in 2021 too. And then she's like talking about stabbing Kyle and B. That was Blair. This I haven't read, but it looks right in point. And then he like tells her she's a narcissist. She's telling him she's about to break some windows. He says we haven't hooked up in a year. And then she's like, this is the another thing was prostitution or hookers. And she's like, this is on March 5th of 2022. Hookers are cool AF and rich. And he's like, hookers are gross and have STDs. Oh, another one I ran was poles and guns. One of the code words that we decode, well, one of our friends told us, I didn't know it. Poles is something he uses. In the Paul interview, the detectives ask about a gun being buried in his backyard. And then somebody got busted and she's like, this is in 2021. Like, how did the cops even get the gun? And then this is March 25th of 2021. Dom's talking about bringing guns. And then apparently somehow Dom put we haven't gotten to this text yet. We stopped, I think we finished February with Tammy, the lifesaver of the world. Tammy, if you're in here, another huge thank you. And anyway, this is just like, she's like, I just think, I don't know why. Anyway, we don't have to go down that road right now, but these are all the keywords. This spreadsheet is so big. I mean, it's 90,000 pages. It's so big that I had to run this and then clip them. So, okay. The next video that I wanted to watch that we haven't seen, or I haven't seen with you guys yet, was do we want to start doing the body cams? Do we want to do the body cams, or I can make a vote. Did we listen to Bubba's yet? I don't think we listened to Bubba's. Let's listen to Bubba's interview. If I have Kyle's, we can listen to Kyle's. Thomas Blair. She always gets really, really jealous of Blair because he hangs out with Blair a lot. They're in the same business. They're traveling salesmen. Okay, I don't know if we have Kyle's. I feel like we should though. But I can't remember. But whose we do have is Landon. That's Bubba's. Yeah, let's hear what Bubba has to say. I think did we listen to this one? I will come over there and check on the comments, but let's listen. I'll pull up Bubba's right now. Oh, wait. Oh, you guys are still looking at the spreadsheet here. I'm just going to look at these. I'll just, here, I'm going to get bigger and then I'll just look. I know some of you guys don't like it when I scroll. All right, let's look at Bubba. That's Landon. Word on the street is he might have been in the car. There's a lot of sketchy stuff about him. Where is his video? Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the Bubba interview. I don't think we watched it together. I don't know if we listened to it or not, but this is one we haven't listened to together. There's like definitely suspicion, and even Candace thinks that Bubba was in the car. So I will share this with you guys, and this is Landon, Bubba's. Okay, Landon is Bubba. And he and Rosie, although they were in the true crime, or I'm sorry, in Netflix, they did not speak to the cops like with, oh, here we go, without like a grand jury subpoena or.
Recording. No longer muted.
Okay. It is 10:21 at 12:56. We are at Marietta College PD, and we are here with Landon Turner and his dad. Can I get your name, sir? Mike. Mike, thank you. All right, Landon. So, where do you know Davey from?
Oh boy, he went to my elementary school. We weren't like the closest back in elementary. We weren't the closest. I'd say about middle school. That's when we got really close in middle school, and then high school year, he decided to join football, so that brought us even closer. I think what made us the closest was COVID. COVID made us really close. Oh yeah, we would stay up all night. Me, him, Fayez, EJ. We'd all stay up playing Modern Warfare all the time and just talk about school, talk about football, all that stuff. That's where I guess that's where we got really close at, and that's when we started hanging out every day. I started treating him like a brother to me. He was one of my best friends. He also came to all my birthday parties for how many years in a row. We'd always wrestle outside my front yard. We'd always have a wrestling match, me and him. Every year it'd always be like, it would be 50-50. One of us would win. We just don't know who. I think the last time we fought, I think he won. I'm pretty sure. I haven't been able to get him back yet.
He's a strong dude. He was a running back.
Oh, yeah, he was strong dude, and he'd always put like cocoa butter on his skin, so it'd always be slippery too. So
really?
We would try to grab on him or something, he would just slide because he'd always put all that cocoa butter and lotion on.
Didn't know that. See, that's good. So, I'm very sorry about your loss. Really, I know you tell me how close you guys are, and I can't imagine what you're feeling truly. And I'm not trying to, underestimate here the pain that you're probably still going through. And once you come back to the Ville, you're gonna see the memories in person. The places you guys used to go to, and it's gonna be hard. And I hope my words will give you some level of comfort in knowing that we just want to know more about him. So you've known him since elementary school, really?
Yeah.
And that's a very long time. But there's a specific period of time that I'm interested in, and that's the time when he kind of moved out of the house. Was it last year? And he kind of stayed with you. Can you tell me about that?
So he came to me one day. And he was asking me, he was like, hey, could I stay at your house for a week? And I was like, yeah, no problem. I got a whole extra room for you. Don't worry about it. And when he came, he stayed there. He ended up signing it was going to be a lot more long term. And I knew he got kicked out, but I didn't know the reasons why. I mean, after he moved back, I found out why he got kicked out. But the reason he told me originally was not the same reason. He told me that him and his parents just couldn't get along, and that he would come home too late at night. He was breaking curfew every night, and his parents didn't like it. I later found out from them that it was because he was more aggressive, I guess, in the house. He was an aggressive person. He would throw dressers in the wall. He put a hole through his mom's door or something like that. And but we would always be out. We'd always go out. I mean, some nights we would take my mom's car. I got caught for doing that one time, but we would take my mom's car. We would take my car, my dad's car. We'd go out and we'd just drive and just talk about life, talk about his struggles, talk about my struggles. He was a very, very, very mentally down person. He was down mentally bad. Everything in his life, he thought it was going against him. Girls from school would make fun of him, would do all this, talk behind his back. Really? They would talk to him for weeks on end, trying to get him to be in a relationship, and then end up playing with him or screwing him over ultimately. He never really felt welcome. I feel like because me and him, we would talk at night and stuff. We could relate. He was the only other person mentally that I could relate to. I feel like, and he felt like that nobody was there for him. No one had his back a lot of the times, and he knew that I had his back forever. He knew I'd always have his back, but he just felt like. I don't know. There's a lot more. I know some of his family. There a lot of stuff he was not on good terms with his family like that. I know he loved his sisters to death. He loved them to death, but his parents, his dad, I think it wasn't his dad the one that coordinated them moving back in. It was his dad. He was more cool with his dad than he was with his mom. Like he really didn't. If you were to go to ask anyone to be his dad, it wouldn't be his mom.
Okay.
Basically.
So mentally down. Was he? So you've known him since elementary school. So when did you start seeing, those signs? Was it toward high school or all along?
A lot towards high school. I'd say it all started in high school mainly. I don't know the family side of it. I don't know if the family thing has been there his whole life, but I know with social interactions and like friends and girls and stuff like that, that all started happening in high school.
He was adopted, right?
Yeah.
Did he ever talk about that? Was that part of the
Yeah,
beef with them?
Yeah, he I can't remember what he would say about it, but him being adopted, it was a big factor in that he felt like he just didn't belong in the house. And,
like they did not love him and welcome him, or he just felt as an outsider? I mean,
like both, I guess. I mean, like his mom, because I sat there after we found out he passed away. His mom would sit there and tell us about how she would just run through his room, completely flip it upside down, searching it, and would just make his life like a living hell, basically. And like that's what he would always tell me, basically, is how like his mom would just make his life a living hell, basically, and that he didn't feel welcome in the family. I don't know if he didn't feel loved, if he didn't feel like that, or if he just felt like he was an outsider. But I just
didn't fit in.
Yeah, he just didn't fit in.
So do you think his mentally down was a result of that, or do you think the school contributed to it, like the way he was treated at school?
I think it was both. I think it was a combination of both, because he was always like the more socially type kid. Like whenever he walked in the room, no matter if he was down or not, he was making you smile. You loved the kid to death. And I just feel like both were overwhelming, and like he couldn't do that as much at school, because that's what he would love to do. He'd love to make people laugh. He'd love to make people feel like they're at home. And once that started going away, because he started getting a little bit more down, I think it was just a factor of both colliding at him. Like he would go home, he couldn't escape anything from home, but then he would go to school, and he really couldn't escape anything from school.
Gotcha. So I know, was it last season, third game, he got injured, right?
I think he tore like 30 different things in his leg or broke something like that.
And after that, did you get a chance to talk to him about what the impact of not having football and having this injury had done to him?
I know that he was down about it. He was really down. I don't know, like, I think it was more because he couldn't like fully get to his full potential. I feel like he was disappointed that he couldn't show the team and prove the team wrong pretty much. Because like prior to him becoming the starting running back, all the teammates were joking. Like no one really had faith in him being a starting running back. And when he would play in practice and stuff like that, we'd be like, oh, like everyone would be like, oh, we're gonna have to find a new running back. We're gonna have to find a new running back. And I feel like it was Davion's like biggest goal to prove everybody wrong. And then when he went down that third game, I feel like that's what hit him the most, was that he couldn't prove everyone wrong and prove to them that he is like the player that he thinks he is.
Was he bullied or hazed on the football team? No. Like, would he be the kind of guy, like, if they're like, hey, after a game or something, or before a game, show him in a locker and mess with him? Like,
we never did that to like each other, I guess, but like Dave was still looked at no matter, like, because it's such a weird relationship. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, everyone loved that kid to death, but yet they would still mess around with him. So it was like I feel like Dave couldn't tell if it was love or hate. I feel like he didn't know if people were truly loved him or if they just truly didn't like him and that they thought he was a weirdo.
Gotcha.
I feel like that was his biggest thing too, and because everyone showed love to him, no matter what time of the day it was. It was after the game when we're out partying. If it's during the game, it doesn't matter. Like everybody's showing him love.
Who did he date, if anybody?
The most recent,
I would say.
The most recent that I remember, her name was Heather. That's the most recent I remember, and that was like actually one of the only like public relationships that I knew he had. Like that everybody knew he had a girlfriend. That was like the first girlfriend that everyone knew that he had a girlfriend at that time.
Do you know the time period? Was it senior year, junior year?
Beginning senior year. I'm thinking beginning senior year because it's when he still had his Dodge Dart, his cars and stuff like that. It's when he still had all of his white Dodge Dart and stuff.
And did they break up or were they?
Yeah, they ended up breaking up. I don't think it ended up working out. I think it was him that broke up with her. I'm pretty sure.
So he wasn't in a relationship when he passed away.
No, not then. I don't think so. No.
So who would you describe as his clique, his closest friends? Like the dudes he would, or girls, he would kind of gravitate to outside. Like if you got nothing going on, no practice, who's he hanging out with?
I would say most recent within the time of him passing would be the group of like Tyler Proctor and Joey Probes and all those kids. Because I know Joey lives like right down the street from my house when Davion lived at my house. So Davion would always go to Joey's. I remember the one time we came back and Davion, Joey and Tyler were all sitting in my room because Davion had them come over. But like those three were cool. I know they were close.
Weren't Tyler and Joey two of Mackenzie's ex-boyfriends?
Yeah. I know Tyler was, but Joey I don't know for sure. But I know Tyler was definitely.
But I mean, I recently dealt with Tyler.
Yeah.
And he looked sickly to me.
He was, because when you guys first brought up the whole like when the officers when they came to my dorm they brought up the whole intimidation thing or the threatening factor.
Right.
I thought you guys were actually referring to Tyler Proctor, because he was blowing me up on Snapchat trying to he was texting me, he was like, "You look mad sus not responding to me. It's like this your last chance to respond to me." And then he ended up screenshotting our chats and screenshotting my profile or something like that. And I just kept clearing this conversation. I didn't respond and openly. I was like, I don't care. I really don't care for you, dude.
So I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm sure your dad would probably also want to know. There were 3 people that I wanted to talk to. It was you, and he was on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there's Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
And he and Rosie were both served grand jury subpoenas. At some point, either you choose to sit with us and answer a couple of questions and we're done, or they're gonna have to go in front of a grand jury, no attorney, no mom and dad, and they're gonna stand there in front of strangers and have to answer questions under oath, which is a more scary. And you're held accountable. Here, you lied to me. Hey, I'm not gonna know. I'm taking your word for it, and we're done. On a grand jury, you lie. Well, there's ramifications for that.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate you very much talking to me, but you brought up the intimidation and Tyler. Both your names came up very recently since I called your athletic director when the cops came to you. We both got very valuable, very a person who is very trustworthy, who told us that you and Tyler were receiving threats that if you were to talk to the police, you were going to be off the football team and he's going to have some other issues to deal with. That's called witness intimidation. And for us, that became the catalyst, Mike, to act, to say, hey, we need to talk to you. If somebody's threatening you, if you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. Right now, you can get up and leave. But if somebody's saying, if you talk to these cops about anything, we're going to get you booted off the football team, that becomes witness intimidation, and that changes the formula. So on that, were you threatened by anybody?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I never got one text. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I'm like the kid at Strongsville. Nobody ever wanted to mess with me. No, I was a big kid. I've always been one of the biggest.
6'3", 245.
Yeah, nobody's
football player. And it was
nobody's ever tried to mess with me. And even my close friends, they don't want to fight me. They're nah, they think I'm crazy. They think I just go crazy on somebody. And so like I've never in my life had somebody intimidate me or text me threatening me something. The only person that was ever texting me was Proctor. Proctor was the one. If you want to be honest with you, I think it was Proctor and like Hussein that were intimidating everyone. That's who was intimidating everyone was Hussein and Proctor. They were the ones running around talking about hurting Mackenzie, talking about messing with her cars, her house, and stuff like that. They were the ones that were basically going around trying to intimidate people. Like if I ever got one text, it was from Proctor. He was the one that was texting me. Oh, if you don't text me back, like you're gonna regret it. All this.
What did he want from you? If you can,
he never like fully said what he wanted from me.
Any guesses though?
I mean, because like a couple of days after, I had another one of his friends text me, and I was like, I wonder if like this is just a trick to see if I would respond to him and not respond to him. But then I ended up responding to him. But the whole reason for that was because they wanted to get my Snapchat out for these wristbands because I gave these wristbands out to everybody, and a lot of people were asking for my Snapchat on to like thank me for giving them the wristbands and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't think he would go that far though if it was just about that. I feel like he would just be like, "Hey, I'm sending your Snapchat to this person. They want to thank you for the wristbands." Not sitting there blowing my phone up, calling me, doing all that. Like I had to mute his conversation because he just would kept calling me, he would keep texting me. And I was like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to know what you want to talk to me about. Like I just don't want to be involved with you. Like keep that shit there. Like I'm down here at college. Like keep that shit there. But
Gotcha. Well, like I said, he's scheduled for grand jury on the 10th of November, so we'll see. If he shows up and talks, good. If not, he's probably gonna get arrested. It's a contempt of court. I mean, there's no way around it. So let's go back to Davion real quick. How did Davion gravitate or get involved with Dominic Russo? I mean, it seems like two different kinds of, athlete, and then business oriented, maybe some other shenanigans.
I know you guys probably remember when the girl fell down the steps at Dominic's house, that whole incident.
Yeah.
So I know Dom knows Davion. They know each other through parties like that. Kenzie and Davion have always been close. Like they know each other. I know they've known each other since like middle school. But I don't really know how he ended up spending the night at Dom. I don't know why he wouldn't have asked me instead of Dom, just like for someone to stay at. But I knew right before I found out they were living together, I knew that they were kind of hanging out. They were kind of talking together because another reason why they were cool is Dom had a studio in his house. Dom liked to make music, and Davion loved freestyle. Davion loved making music. That was his dream, was to be a rapper. And so Davion would always go over to Dom's house to record in the studio. I know Proctor has a studio, so they'd all like not like a studio. Like Proctor doesn't have a full studio; he just has like a little mic on a computer and stuff. But Dom actually has like a whole room with a microphone and like stuff on the walls to keep the sound in. House all like the special programming and stuff. And so I knew they got really close off of that, like trying to make music together and stuff like that. Okay. So I think ultimately that's how Davion ended up staying at Dom's because Davion knew he would go over there and be able to use the studio whenever he wanted to and just be cool with Dom. So I'm pretty sure that's how it was. And it's like also we all went to like a grad party together because Rosie and Kenzie are best friends. So that's how I ended up becoming really close with Dom too, is because like him just being around Kenzie all the time and me being around Rosie, we just were forced kind of just to talk to each other and be friends. And so we would go out and do that, but then at the same time, Davion would live with me, and so Davion would just come with me. So he also was pulled into that whole group of all of us, with me and my girlfriend, her friends, and like Kenzie and Dom. So I think just that, and then them recording together, I think that's why he ended up staying with Dom and choosing Dom.
Were you at that event, that party when the girl fell down the stairs?
I was there.
Was Davion there too?
He actually was the one that helped carry her out upstairs. Okay. He was one of the ones that helped carry her out. But I left before he even did that. I left. Like when she fell down the stairs, I left. I was like, I don't like blood. I don't like none of that. Like, I'm getting out of here. Because I know when I walked over there was like she was bleeding bad.
Yeah, she almost died.
Yeah, she was bleeding really bad. So I was like, I'm not. Like, I love her. Like she was one of my friends. Kendall was one of my friends. I had chemistry class with her, but I'm sorry. I don't like blood.
Yeah, no,
it's not my place.
That makes sense. So we don't know why Davion moved in with Dominic. Do you have any idea why he actually was living with him temporarily?
know the reason why he had to move in with him is because I know his parents were going on vacation and Davion had just got a new job where he was moving like some form of freight or something in the back of trucks.
Gotcha.
And it was paying him really good money. I think it was the best paying job that he's gotten so far. And he had like regulated hours, like 9 to 5, money, like all throughout the weekdays. And so I know he was like trying to hop on that job and make some good money. And so he decided to stay home from going on vacation with his family. And that's how he ended up staying with Dom, is because he chose to stay with Dom after he didn't want to, like, he told his parents he didn't want to go on vacation.
And that's how he ended up at the Burling House residence that night.
Davion ended up there just because he was with Kenzie and Dom at the zoo. I know they were at the zoo earlier that day, but he ended up being there with them because he was just with them all day. I didn't know where else they were at all that day. I just know that they were at the zoo, and because I saw videos of Kenzie posting a video of Dom and Dave holding birds or something like that. So I knew they were at the zoo that morning.
So that night at the Burling House, who all was there?
It was me, Rosie, Paul, Dom, Kenzie, Davion, and then Nina. Yeah, that was it.
What's Nina's last name? Do you know?
I know it starts with an I, but I don't know how to like pronounce it or spell it.
So we talked to Paul about this, and we know there wasn't any illegal activity going on. Okay, maybe some smoking dope and having a beer again. We know there was no like heroin or fentanyl or anything crazy like that. So, what was Davion like that night? Who did he hang out with?
That night, I mean, his overall vibe that night was good. Like he was positive that night. Me and him were laughing all night. I'm trying to think. It didn't seem like there was anything wrong with him. Nothing crazy. The only thing that really got me was when he left. He was like, "I love you," and I was like, "I love you too." And that was the first time he said that to me since he lived with me. So that's what kind of threw me off. I was like, all right, like, I love you too. You know what I mean? Like, come here, give me a hug. We gave him a hug, and he walked out the door. I know Paul, he wasn't around all night. He was upstairs. He wasn't even around all night. Me and Davion were in the front room watching. It was a great white documentary about great white sharks in the front room. I know back in the back, all the girls were back there. I think they were watching High School Musical or something like that. So because they were all screaming, laughing. But me and Davion were up there. I remember Kenzie got mad at me because I ate all of her popcorn. She walked away and ate all of her popcorn. She's like, because they like make the natural popcorn, it's like all organic popcorn.
Yeah.
And so I ate all there. And I mean, he was fine. Like, he didn't seem upset. Didn't seem like nothing.
He wasn't frazzled by anything. Nobody said anything. Were you guys just having a good time? Was there anything between Mackenzie and Dominic? Or
those
Mackenzie
were the rumors I heard a lot, was that Dom and Kenzie were fighting. There was no way in hell that they were fighting. That man, I remember walking in, that man was cuddling her. She was sleeping. Her head was on his lap. She was wrapped up in this big fuzzy gray band blanket on the front couch in the front room. It's a big L-shaped couch because I was sitting in the corner and Dave was sitting down by my legs. Kenzie was sitting here and then Dom was sitting at the end here. And so she ended up sprawling out and he was sitting there cuddling her head, petting her head, making sure she was sleeping good, like smiling at her. Like I knew, like there was no, if there was fighting, I had no, they couldn't have made it known. Like they didn't make it known at all. But I know they weren't fighting. Like they didn't have that type of vibe, nothing there. Everybody was just having a good time.
See, that's those are the things that, unless you were there, there's no way for us to find out. And so a lot of the kids would tell us the exact opposite. Like there was a fight.
They I remember when I first found out they passed away that morning, because I found out they passed away. I called my friend EJ, freaking out, and I sped up to EJ's house. I was talking to him, and EJ's like, "That's our football group. Like that's like Davion's football group." And so like all those football dudes ended up meeting at EJ's house and talking. So then I went back to Paul's house because that's where Rosie and all them were at, and I was talking to them. But then as I went to go drop my mom's car back off there. I picked up my truck, but then I stopped at the memorial where they crashed at. And as soon as I got there, that's when Proctor is saying, like, Proctor, Joey, a bunch of these kids are saying, oh, they're fighting. Kenzie's crazy. Kenzie puts voodoo on him. They're fighting all the time. They're fighting. I'm like, they weren't fighting. Like, I don't know. Like, y'all just got this out of thin air. Like, they were not fighting. I could promise you that they weren't fighting.
Okay.
And like that was like their first thing. Like they jumped right to that. Like, oh, they're fighting. Kenzie did it on purpose. They're fighting. I was like, no, like they weren't fighting. Like Kenzie and Dom walked out together. Dom grabbed all of her bags for her, and Dom came and dabbed me up. Kenzie was like, hey, say bye to everyone because Rosie and Nina and them were sleeping in the back room. I was up in the front room still. And she was like, hey, say bye to everyone for us. And we're like, okay, we will. And that's when Rosie came walking up, gave Kenzie a hug, gave Dom a hug, and was like, bye. Like I know that.
Why did they leave so early?
They usually do that. Like that's like a common thing with everyone. Like, I mean, how many times have we had people over our house? Like, it's just a common thing with us younger teenagers. I guess it's like as soon as you get up, it's like you're gone. Like you were just leaving.
Like 5:30 in the morning. Oh,
Yeah, I get up, go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning.
really?
The couch is clear. I'm like, they got
Wow.
They
It's
get up that
like we'll end up we'll sleep, and then like as soon as you wake up in that early morning, it's I want to go back to my bed. Okay,
so that is common. I mean, it's
Good. Okay. See, like I said, you're shedding some light on issues that are very important.
Do you think Davion, was there ever an issue with him staying with you guys with mom and dad? Like, did you guys ever have an issue with it? The only reason I asked is, do you think Davion stayed with Dom because Dom had that place to himself? Right? Like he had space there. You have a family in your house. Was that ever an issue?
Oh, we just had planned it. I mean,
so you had extra space. You never
Yeah.
minded him being there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we treated him like
The water bill went up.
Yeah. Oh, that kid would take a 45-minute shower.
He lived in the luxury of my house. It was like he had like completely new parents. He had a brother. Like that's how we treated him. He would always come in my room.
Because from the outside, I'm like, okay, well, mom and dad are here, but then Dom kind of had the house to himself.
It's funny because
right? So maybe as a kid, I'd be like,
one of the
parents there,
funniest
right?
things I found out was when he lived with us, he was a pig. Oh my god, that dude was.
His room was
I
messier
had to
than my
clean his room
daughter's.
up like 4 times for him. I remember my dog knocked over a bowl of buffalo sauce and a plate of chicken tenders. I walk into the room the one morning. I'm like, hey, Dave, clean that up. I'm getting in the shower.
Carpet's still stained.
We're going to school.
I couldn't get
This
it up.
man, I get out the shower. I go to school. We go to school. I come back and I still smell it in the hall. I'm like, damn, man, I smell buffalo sauce. So I walk in there. He didn't even move the bowl. He didn't move the plate. He just laid a towel over everything just to cover up the image of it. And I'm just like, oh my god, dude. So I found out that he actually, when he lived with Dom, he actually would clean up Dom's house for him. He would clean up Dom's house. Like he would do the dishes for Dom. He would clean off the table.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that until
Are you
after.
serious?
I didn't know that until after. I didn't know that until after he passed away. When I talked to Kenzie in the hospital, she was like, dude, he was the sweetest kid ever. Like he would clean up the house for Dom. Like, but I think it was more because I think that he knew that me and like my family had respect for him and he had respect for us. But I feel like he didn't think Dom.
Maybe he felt more at home in my house.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
felt
know.
more at
Yeah.
home. I feel like he felt more like he needs to show more respect towards Dom because it's Dom's house. You know what I mean? Like it's Dom's house alone. It's just Dom that lives
He
there.
felt like family with
Yeah.
you. He felt like a guest there.
Yeah.
And I tell you, a lot of the times we didn't even know he was there. He was
Yeah.
that quiet. I
Just
mean,
quiet
he didn't
kids.
come out. He didn't come out and socialize much. You know, we'd see him pass by and then, you know, bye, hi.
Yeah.
You know, he asked me to drop him off a couple places before, and you know, I did that for him.
So, have you ever been in a car with Dominic and Mackenzie? What was it like? What are they as drivers?
I know Dom's a very careful driver. He would always, if Kenzie was going over 10 miles over, 15 miles over, she didn't have a seatbelt on, Dom would always be yelling, hey, put your seatbelt on, slow down. I know Kenzie, I've only ever driven with her once, and it wasn't terrible. I mean, we took that exact same route too, that exact same drive down Progress, down Almeida. We took that exact same route, and like she was going at a normal speed, a speed that I would drive at. I mean, the max I've ever seen her go was like, she was probably going like 40, 45 down Pearl once, and that was about it. In the 35, not the 25 zone, the 35 zone. That was about the fastest I've ever seen her drive. It never really scared me as being a passenger in the backseat. I never really like was scared when she was driving. I've only ever driven with Dom once as well, and he drove like a normal person. He drove like he obeyed every law, every turn signal, all of that stuff. He would stop at stop signs. He would stop at red lights. I never had a problem with driving with either of them.
Cool.
Davion, on the David was a speedster.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
It's at least I got that also talking to his mom and dad. He liked cars, and
Oh,
he was looking at buying a new car.
mhm.
It's
He was working on his credit. I think his parents were helping him out with his credit, working his credit.
Right.
So
He
that
had
he could
some,
buy a car.
Get along.
he had
Yeah.
some aspirations. I mean, the kid was trying to make a life for himself. Barber school.
That's-
I hate
exactly-
kicking him out. I felt bad after all this, but we needed the room. My daughters were coming in town, and we needed the room for them for graduation weekend.
And as a parent, I mean, my kids are younger, but did you ever have conversations with Davion's parents about him staying with you?
They never once contacted us.
Okay.
Never once. I'm assuming they knew he was living with us.
I know my mom said to me, I remember.
Well, that's why we wanted to talk to him, because the parents told us he stayed with Lance.
Yeah, they said he stayed here, and in my head, I'm like,
But we had never heard from him or really
Yeah,
met
my
them
mom said
until
when they
he
came and
went
picked
home.
Dave up, when they came and picked Davion up, his mom didn't even want him back. His mom
She was in total shock that he was coming home.
and this is something his dad arranged.
Yeah.
Did he ever say anything explicit about his home life? Like, I really hate my mom and dad, or I can't wait to move out, or anything?
He would always, he always was trying to move out. I mean, for the longest time, he was always trying to move out. He was always, there was times when we still worked at Five Guys, we would always want to try and stay with Ty, Housney. He would always try and he was talking about getting an apartment, and he was talking about getting an apartment for the longest time, because we'd always be like, hey, if you get an apartment, Dave, then we're coming over there every night and we're kicking it. Like, we don't care. Because he was always trying, he's been trying to move out of there.
He's friends with Houston.
Not anymore. No,
He
he was. Houston tried getting him fired for every single job. He was basically at Five Guys. So it started off at Five Guys. Houston would treat Davion like ass. Like, they would always fight. They'd always fight on shifts. There was times where they couldn't even work together.
Wow.
And then would just fight. Like, there was times when, because after Five Guys, he went to Papa John's, and then Houston was a GM at Papa John's, and Houston ended up firing Davion, and Davion was like, I can't stand him anymore. Like, can't stand being around him. Like, screw Houston, all that. He would always come into Five Guys and rant about it. And then they went to Chipotle, and then Chipotle, I know Davion ended up leaving Chipotle again because Houston had some problems.
Wow. It's like they followed each other.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I know. And that's why I was almost surprised about everything Houston's doing. And I'm like, Houston, I feel like you should know that you and Davion's relationship were not at the best of terms when he passed. It used to be good, but then it over time was getting killed.
When you say Ty, who's that?
Tyler Jones.
Tyler Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to talk one last thing before we get out of here. We're almost done. I have 1-2 questions left, but post the crash, after the crash, there were a lot of rumors that happened. Was anything said that you believed was true? Any of the rumors that you believed?
No,
Any other theories about the crash or what might have happened?
The only thing that what my gut and my intuition is telling me is that she passed out. That's my gut intuition. I mean, I don't know. This is not credible at all. But you guys know what a pendulum is?
Mm-hmm.
So I use a pendulum board with a little crystal, and I got in my truck when I was down here by myself, and I got in my truck and I was like, I'm gonna try and talk to Davion with it. And so tried talking to Davion. I asked him a bunch of personal questions, and it was crazy because he was actually spelling out the words of what I was looking for. I was like, this has to be Dave. I have to be talking to something right now. So then I kept asking questions. I was like, do you think she passed out? I was asking questions about the crash, and he was just like, yes, I think she passed out. And I know that she's prone to passing out or something like that. She's prone to that. She has a medical condition or something with that. And the doctors tell her to put her head in between her knees when she feels like she's passing out. And I know she told me that they found her with her head in between her knees under the steering wheel. And so that was the connection that I make. That's why my intuition is telling me that she passed out. I asked Dave, I was like, did you guys on the pendulum board? I was like, did you guys even know that you guys were crashed? And he was like, no, he had no clue that they crashed. But obviously, again, that's not a credible thing.
You think he fell asleep?
I don't think she fell asleep because she was
No, Dave in the back.
I don't think so because I thought on the Life 360 it said that his phone was on and active right before they crashed on that Life 360. But I don't think he was asleep.
Were you on? Were you on Live 360?
I was not on that. That's that group that I was talking about, like Proctor and all those kids. That's his friend group with them. Like they had that. I wasn't a part of that.
That's really what's causing us to look at this from a couple of different angles. To be honest with you, because one of the Strongsville High School kids, I'm sure you know, sent us a screenshot saying, "Well, look at the Live 360. Look at the speed." Be honest with you, if we didn't get that, we probably wouldn't have looked even closer at the crash. And that's what we're trying to figure out. I know Mackenzie is in a very difficult position because you don't want to talk to the police in a case like this because you could say something that could get you in trouble. But when you don't sit and talk to me and tell me what happened, I have to assume, and I have to go by what I hear from other people and by evidence, as opposed to you. And so it's a tough balance. So I don't envy her for being this. And I'm sure she's, for the rest of her life, she has to live with this.
Right. We had to get called back to the hospital because she was trying to kill herself because when she found out when Dom's funeral was, we were all there and she was like telling her mom, she's like, I'm going to that funeral. Like, I don't care if I'm going to the funeral. Like, because she's that type of girl. She's that type of girl. She's like, I'm going to that funeral. Like, I'm going, you're not stopping me. Like, I'm going. And so I remember we left that day, and the next day was his funeral, and we had to get called back because she was like, with all the injuries that she had, she was ripping herself out of the bed, trying to get up and walk, and like her dad came up to me and was like, she's gonna kill herself if she walks, like she's going to die, and like she's like, we need you guys to calm her down, sit her down, or else the cops would have to come in and pin her down and tie her down and stuff like that. So we were able to calm her down at that point. So I know that's gonna affect her life forever.
Weren't the cops called up there? The Metro Police?
I don't know if they were. It might have been that occasion if they were.
Yeah,
but
I think it was that day because she was freaking out.
Yeah, because I know when I was there was no cops that I could see. I thought that they were thinking about calling the cops if we couldn't calm her down.
Was she ever was the idea of suicide ever even brought up? Davion ever say anything?
Davion or Dom, no, they never. Davion, as much as he was mentally down, the last thing he would want to do is kill himself. His mindset was more if he was like, hey, I'm gonna butt this shit out and I'm gonna prove to everyone that I'm a strong ass dude. That was his way. I mean, he tore his ACL 2 days later. He's out there jumping, playing basketball. Like, he was a strong dude mentally and physically.
Did Dominic get any sleep that night? Like the night of the party, did you see him take a power nap or something?
I think when he was with Kenzie, he was sleeping. I'm pretty sure he was cuddling because he had his head down like that, so I couldn't really see if his eyes were open fully or not. So I mean, if he did, he did. I don't know. I know Davion did. Me and Davion stayed up pretty much all night. I didn't end up going to bed till 4, 5.
So what you're describing the night of that night, Dominic and Davion and Mackenzie were all fine.
I mean, I can tell you guys, there's now certain the Burling houses, they did not own a single little drop of alcohol. They not own a single thing. They never owned a single drop of alcohol.
Believe me, we already know.
Yeah, so we know. I know there was no drinking, nothing like that involved.
I believe me, we know that. That's right. We're not asking what happened. I'm just trying to figure out when they left. Were they on good terms? The whole night, was it just amicable, having a good time like you described, or was there fighting? Because again, some kids described there being a conflict, and that's why I asked you who was there, because I want to make sure that the people who are telling us, well, they were fighting, well, were you there? And of course, they stopped talking to the police and they asked questions.
Yeah. I mean,
and that becomes the confusion on our end. So people who weren't there are telling us something, but then the people who were there don't want to talk to us.
I know Tyler Proctor.
That makes sense to you,
right? We're getting rumors from people who weren't even physically there, right? And then we go to the people who were physically there, and they don't want to talk to us.
And you just clarified.
So now, what are we? Are they hiding? Was there fighting? Is this true or is it false?
That's one click. Those are
right now they're all together. They were Houston wasn't really as involved with them before the crash, But now after the crash, they've been more involved with each other, and like everything that they've said has been it blows my mind. And like where they get that stuff from, the whole fight and all that stuff, they get it from Tyler and Kenzie's background. They get it from their past. They get it from because Tyler thinks that he was Kenzie's escape route when Dom and Kenzie would fight. Kenzie would go run to Tyler and talk to Tyler.
Tyler
Proctor. She would go and run to Proctor and talk to him about it. So he thinks he knows like all this fighting stuff and that they fought. But she's only ever ran to him when they fought. She's never ran to him when they've done something good or just to talk. It's only when they have fought. So in his mind, he thinks all they do is fight, and that when they fight, it's the end of the world type.
Do you think he was hoping she was going to come back to him?
I know he was pissed because she was dating Proctor, and then she ended up leaving Proctor for Dom. Like she ended up getting with Dom while she was with Proctor, and then she left Proctor and to stay with Dom. So I know
he liked being her escape from him.
Yeah, I guess I think there's a little bit of jealousy on it. I really think there's a little bit of jealousy. He might not like admit to it or like show it, but I think there's a little bit of jealousy under there.
Wow. There were some rumors. I mean, well, some things we knew that Dominic supplied the school with marijuana and things like that. Was this ever a factor in the relationship between Davion and Dominic? Because I know Davion started kind of smoking weed just to cope with, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit to it. I've smoked with Davion before. Like I'll admit to it. I'm not scared of admitting to it.
Hey man, eventually it's gonna be legal. So
yeah,
we're not. I mean,
I know that point, but I don't think so. I mean, the thing about Dave was I know that I know for a fact that wasn't a factor. And it's because Davion didn't have enough money to be able to like just be like, hey Dom, give me can I have this, can I have this, can I have this, can I get this, can I get that? Like he didn't have money for that. So I knew that wasn't like a big factor. And like Davion was never like I think Davion just enjoyed their lifestyle, the way that they go out to the West Side Market all the time. They go out to Town Hall down in Cleveland all the time to eat. They just go out. They're constantly out doing stuff, having fun. I think Davion just loves that lifestyle. Like Davion just loves being out. He hates being at home. I mean, it'd be 11 o'clock at my house. He'd be like, hey, let's go drive around. Like, I don't want to sit here. I'm like, okay, let's go drive around. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. We're driving around just doing random shit. Like, that's just his lifestyle. I think he loved just being able to be out all the time, like going to the zoo that day, then going somewhere else after that and somewhere else, and then finally to my house, like, or not to my house, to the Burlinghouse's house. Like, I think he just loved that lifestyle of being out.
Did he and do you think he and Dominic had a lot in common? I mean, you and him had football in common. You knew each other.
I think
what did he and besides music?
I think
they struck me as two different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Completely two different people. I think Davion he would just play cool with it, I guess. I mean, like, I think the main thing that they connected on was the music. I think that was enough for them to, like, be friends. And I remember Dom telling me, like, he loves Davion, like, because I had them over my house the one time, and I was like, we'd always talk about Dave, and we're like, hey, like, we love Dave. Like, they love Dave. Everyone just loves Dave. Like, everyone just loves Dave. So, like no matter.
Was that the night that we had someone check the house? Because we were out of town, and we had someone go by the house, and there were cars in the driveway. Landon, is there people at my house? Yeah, get them out.
It was the night of the carnival home days.
Okay,
so we went to the carnival, and they all came back to my house after the carnival. We're all just kicking it, but I know.
So that night, did they all leave, or did you let them stay?
Yeah, because we had the person drive by again.
They didn't leave. We just left their cars.
Oh my
god! Trust me. And that night, as me and Rosie were walking back, there were two drunk people from Johnny J screaming in the middle of the street, fighting. Like two old people were screaming.
From our house.
Yeah, like the lady was like, "Fuck you! You're a drunk piece of shit. You left me all night," like screaming at him. And me and Rosie was like, let's go, like, let's get out of here. They're gonna get the cops called. It was crazy, but yeah, but no, I think they just related so much on the music level, and I think Dom wanted to help Davion out that way in the music, like because I know they wanted to create a whole album. Like I remember when we went there, we went there over at Dom's house. He created the song that he has on the song of Millie. I don't know if you guys know the song of Millie by Lil Wayne. It's a beat. They used that beat over Dom to rap on. And I was there that night, and we were coming up with rap names for Dave. We were talking about Dom creating him a whole album and stuff like that. So like
he was that good?
Yeah, like he was. Dom would always produce music like that.
Wow.
And so I think that's like what they connected on the most with the music. And I think Davion just tried to show him respect and clean up the house and just show respect in that form of way.
Side question, but do you think Mackenzie was close to Dom because of that same, the lifestyle, the potential for the future? You know what I mean? That everything you described about Davion, there was potential in that relationship.
I know Kenzie and Dom were like, they've had a lot of ups and downs throughout the past, but like they were like left and right with each other. Like they when they were together, they were meant to be. Like they were together. Like Dom provided everything for Kenzie. Kenzie didn't work a job. Kenzie would live with Dom. Like Dom would provide her everything. Dom would buy her groceries. Dom would buy her clothes. Anything that Kenzie needed, Dom gets it for her. So like they had that like relationship where it's like they were like ready just to move on and marry and like, just move out of Ohio and just go on and live their life. Like they were at that stage in their relationship. I think they were together for like 5 years, something like that. 4 years, or maybe 6. They were together for a long time.
About as much as you and Rosie.
Yeah.
How long have you and Rosie been?
Spare me.
About 5 years now, since 8th grade.
She's going to OU, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen,
How you guys gonna deal with long-term
Oh, we've been doing good. I mean, we've had the past 2 weeks, we've been kind of on a break because of some stuff that's happened in the past, but just recently she was over here the whole week this week. She was over down here in Marietta with me, staying in my dorm with me.
Was it like 50 minutes from here?
Yeah, about 45, yeah.
Oh, that's
45.
not bad.
Not bad, nothing bad at all. And it's like at the same time, you also have so much stuff you can look at too. It's not like the drive down here from Charlottesville where it's just mountains, there's like not that much to look at. Like
boring.
there, it's like you're kind of going against the Ohio River pretty much the entire way almost. So it's like you have lots of factories, lots of cool things to see. So the drive goes by really quick.
Well, listen, I really can't tell you how much I appreciate you giving us your time. You've clarified and shed some light on things that we were unaware of, especially the dynamic that night. So a lot of people are just giving us information based on rumors, and I would hate to, people ask what's going to happen next. So what's going to happen after this is we are going to submit everything we have, the crash report, the body cameras, everything we've done so far. It goes to the prosecutor's office because at the time when the accident happened, Mackenzie was a juvenile. So we, the police, we don't get to charge her with a crime. If there is a crime, we're not the ones who get to say this was an accident or this was an intentional act. We have, believe it or not, we have almost nothing to do with this. This goes straight to the prosecutor's office. The prosecutor's office will get to review everything, including those conversations, everything we've done, every person we talked to, every picture we took, everything, including the rumors, the people who sent us messages anonymously and sent us screenshots of social media. All of it has to go in. Generally, what they expect of police, Mike, is when you send me a picture of, hey, look at what Landon said, and you email it to me, and believe me, I got bombarded.
And I told him before we even came over days ago that you guys have all that, the phones, right? Messages. I'm like, don't lie. I'm like, if they ask you something, even if it was sent text or whatever, voice, they have all that.
You're not a suspect in anything. And neither is Rosie, neither is even Mackenzie. She's not. We're at this point just trying to say, listen, when I have 15 people coming to me and saying, hey man, she said she's gonna kill herself. But then the people who are close to her, people who are at the party with her, are not coming forward to say,
Do not like Kenzie. A lot of people do not like.
No shit.
They just do not get along. Like Kenzie.
every time I dealt with her, she was pleasant.
Kenzie is like her go-to person is Dom. Like Rosie was like her first escaped friend, I guess. Like everyone else from Charlottesville, that's why she doesn't go to the high school. It's because nobody likes her. Like they hate each other. Like she's had beef with everybody, girls, guys, everything. Like they just do not like they do not associate. People from Strongsville and Canton do not associate. So that's another reason why I think so many people are bombarding you with all this stuff that's false, is because they just don't like her. They want to see her. They want to see her down. They want to see her do all that. And I know that for a fact because it's a lot of people do not like her. Like Rosie was like one of her first only like truly friends that she has had in like years.
Right. But it's unfortunate because, you know, and that's not to put pressure on Rosie. Obviously, she's not here. But well, when your best friend is not coming to bat for you to say, "Hey," no, they were at the party. We were having a good time. We're watching TV, and she got mad because Landon ate her popcorn, and she was cuddling up with. Well, when I don't hear this, and all I'm getting is the other kids saying 1, 2, 3, trying to kill herself, trying to do this. I have to submit my report. What's in it is what the prosecutor
Not to
decides
mention,
on.
think of it this way. There's people in the community who are calling our chief, our boss, all the time. What's going on with this? What's going on with this? It's not every day.
Right.
Three kids
because
driving to a building.
you don't hear much about
Right.
anything.
They're requesting.
We were just, my wife and I were just talking about that.
I know
like,
Rosie.
"Man, we haven't heard anything about that. What's going on with that?
Well, and that's kind of the problem is we can't do a thorough job unless people talk to us.
I'm gonna talk to Rosie too and see if she
You know
wants
what
to
I mean?
talk to
So,
me.
Unfortunately,
our
she has
biggest
to get a
thing
grand
was-
jury, but if she talks to us like this,
that route all
she
the time.
doesn't. We tell the
She has
prosecutor
really bad anxiety, and that's the reason why she first off didn't want to talk at all. And so
And then I get
now
to see
that
where
she
you
has
guys are
grand
stuck.
jury,
Like,
I'm gonna be like, hey,
on
now
the
she's gonna
past
be a
and
lot more
people
anxious.
You sat through it.
on a route, you always
Sitting in front of a jury is gonna cause a lot more
Unless she was
anxiety
passed
than
out.
this.
Oh,
So like,
No,
she needs to know that, and
that's
make
why
sure.
we-
I don't want to put her through.
And
going
that's
to
exactly
jury
why
stuff.
we get all these rumors. And
And
we're
if
like,
she has something to say to
but then the
defend
people who were there
Rosie,
are like
she's
not
the one
talking
to
to us.
defend
They're like,
Kenton.
are they hiding something?
She's
Are we
helping
missing
her friend.
something? Was she tired?
Or are they afraid?
Or are they afraid? Right. There's all these emotions. There's all these things that go into it.
They hear cops are asking. The cops are.
Yeah, but we're
You know.
asking because
Right. I mean, we don't know. We weren't there.
showed-
They were there.
I was assigned this case the day after the crash. I was never called out to the scene to look at the actual scene. I didn't, it was the next day. And so we have to, anytime there's death and the driver survives, there's going to be an inquiry. Anytime. If on our way back to Strongsville today, we get in a crash, I die, and he's driving and he lives, he's going to be questioned by the police. Like there's going to be an inquiry. If we both die, it's over.
Right.
But we have to. The community deserves to know: was there a malfunction with the car? Well, she's driving a Toyota. Well, Toyotas are good cars, but if there's a malfunction
It's
with
a
the
newer
newer Toyota, maybe let us know what happened. Like when I get a text message from a kid showing 90 miles an hour in a 25, could be a bunch of things, right? Well, we don't want to see Mackenzie be prosecuted if she didn't do anything wrong. If there's something wrong with Toyota, then perhaps the families need to go after Toyota, the county prosecutor. There has to be an inquiry into, hey, if there's a mechanical problem with the car, we need to know. The community deserves to know.
The accelerator stuck or something. You don't know. Yeah.
You gotta figure it all out. But listen, I appreciate it. Do you have any questions? Anything we can answer for you?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm just glad I could have came out and do it. I mean,
He wanted to move on. He wanted to get this behind him.
to clean that up too.
That's why he was putting you guys off. Like, I don't want to do it.
It's not even that either. It's because we changed carriers, and now I get spam calls on spam calls on spam calls on telemarketing, spam calls. It could be Cleveland. It's just a bunch of random names. And so, I just never know if it's you guys.
Like I said,
whatever.
we're doing this for Mackenzie's sake. She deserves. If God forbid it's you, if you were in that car that night, if you took a ride and you were one of the casualties in that, your parents are gonna want he and I to talk.
And he could have been. I mean, he's been in the car with him before.
Any of those kids,
right? And your family is going to say, "What are you guys doing to find out what happened?"
We think if Davion would have just came home with Landon that morning,
and
he would still be alive.
And you obviously know Dom. You know his mom's an attorney.
Right.
So now, if we don't do a thorough job, we have an attorney who knows what she's talking about.
Right.
Saying, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
Right. Or not.
Right.
So that's why we're trying to. And I hate to have to compel or have to tell the prosecutor, hey, we gotta talk to Rosie. Either she voluntarily talks or there's gonna be a grand jury. The people who are not there their voices are louder than the people who are there. And I know when you tell Rosie it's gonna get to Mackenzie somehow, but the people who are at the party are quiet. The people who are not at the party are being the loudest and spreading the most rumors that unfortunately by mid-November I have to submit this to the prosecutor. I can't just sit on this case forever. California, there was a fatal crash. The nurse who killed 6 people. The next day she was charged. The very next day. I've been sitting on this case from August 1 when I got assigned it. I'm trying to give all these kids an opportunity to say, hey, it's a difficult time, but listen, I don't want you to listen to the rumors. Here, I was there. Here's what I know. And if it's an accident, it's an accident. Mackenzie, regardless of what happens, whether she gets charged or not, she has to live with this for the rest of her life. That is very difficult.
I don't wish it on anybody.
I do appreciate your time. I turn.
The only problem is Mackenzie doesn't care. Anyway. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much. There was something I was going... Oh, for empaths, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Feel free to support the channel with super chats. There's an Amazon wish list, cash, the whole thing. If you're an empath, there are free prayers that we unlocked. The Canton stuff, and Karen Reed was acquitted within that time frame. And it was literally a miracle. But anyway, if you're an empath, grab those protection prayers. They're free. Okay. Hi, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to see you. We are going to do a members live tonight. So I want to be really mindful of everyone's time. I know that we've been saying that, but there was something weird going on with this guy. And so I needed to do other stuff. So I also saw that you guys were into watching hi, Steve Shirilla get his ass kicked by Chris Cuomo. And I would love to, it's hilarious. I watched it, and I'll watch it, but I'll interrupt it because I don't want any copyright strikes from Chris Cuomo. It is hilarious. Or you can Google it, or you can watch it with our friend AG Tactical. He is, of course, hilarious. So, yes, everyone, welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are all here. If we do the YouTube Streets thing, you guys are all coming. Just so you know, you're all mandatory. And if you remember, I usually just automatically make the members our mods so that not one person feels like they have to always be available, because I don't plan it that. It's sometimes it's finicky. Anyway, the point is, Deb, I tried to, here comes karma. I tried to add you as a mod and it wouldn't let me. So you might have your permissions off. Anyone else though, don't worry. You guys are all getting added. Yay. So we can, yay, you're all caught up. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, you did what Emily D. Baker, she zooms. She starts behind and then zooms. We're all here together right now. And these are our options. Okay. I'm going to give you guys all the choice. And then we did put up a poll, and a couple people wanted to do the Chris Cuomo grill. I mean, he literally almost tells Steve how to be a dad, how to parent. It is hilarious. Or we have more police interviews, or we can always do the body cam footage of the first responders. Or, of course, there's always texts. The texts are I'm in a better mood. I didn't realize I was in a bad mood last time. I just could not handle Mackenzie. So I appreciate Tammy again for being our go-to that day. So I'm available for whatever. He needs a reality check, and so does his wife. Yeah, the Shirillas are wild. Hi everyone. Hi, here comes Karma. Hi. Wait. Are you TMAJ 139069? Are you Nana? Or did Nana? I know Nana changed your name, and now I have no idea who it is. She's said it twice. You are? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, and we have zero tolerance policy. if anyone's trying to like pick a fight and not have them, remember we pretend we're on in English Lit, not on Facebook. I have a zero tolerance policy. I just block everyone. Like, I don't delete comments, I delete people. That's basically all you have to do. I'm Tammy from the other. Oh, Tammy, hi. I have been giving you shout outs because I did a reading. You were Nana. Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're all here. Tammy, I gave you shout outs like in the last 3 videos I've done. I appreciate you. You saved the day. That was tough. Except we did get a lot of answers and we did try to jump ahead. Okay, actually, since it feels a little cozy in here, in these text messages that I pulled, I have a question. If I am like, don't even want to say, we might have to go back to 21. I think, was there any rumors about Dom being in a GANG? Like because some here, I'm going to show you guys the text that I pulled out keywords, not because this is way too big of a spreadsheet to run through. ChatGPT told me to F myself pretty much. It was like, yeah, no. I'm just going to make myself smaller so that we can look at this. There were some questionable things in here about, and if he was, that's like, whatever. This is judgment free, but I just didn't know if anyone had heard anything. And the reason I'm asking is because there were a few comments in here. I'm going to find them that, he talks about how in 2021 he talks about having guns pulled on him more than once. So the other thing, like, if it was something like not serious, you know how sometimes she says stupid stuff about everything, but you know sometimes she'll be like, oh, I'm gonna die if I can't see you tonight. I just kept those ones out. It was when it was more serious, but like Dom mentions this right here a lot, that like he's been in a lot of places, he can't carry guns. So he was on probation, we know that. But so that's a question. I'm not trying to start rumors, but I was just wondering if he then so maybe she, I don't know if she did carry it around. I don't know. Okay, another question. I'm coming back to you guys. That was just a question. I'm not trying to start rumors. I didn't know if anyone had heard it. Oh, you have heard that? Okay. From the text messages, that was like definitely the vibe I got. I got like, which is totally fine. You know, like for me, who cares? I'm just in a different world. And he's in a different world. Oh, whoa. I just made you guys big. I was just trying to, okay. Another thing that I saw, oh, darn. Shoot, I just lost it, but I'll think of it. Hi, everyone. Rosie and Bubba have something to do with it. Oh, yeah, they are sketchy AF. In the TikTok collection of posts and stuff, there's a clip of the chief of police calling our favorite detective. He's like, literally, I'm not convinced he's not a Fed. Oh, someone wrote in the comments that these were rookie cops. I was like, actually, there's DEA and U.S. Marshals sitting in some of these rooms. They identify themselves sometimes. Which guy, Bubba, as part of his traveling sales? I love that he's a traveling salesman, and he's good at it. And one of the questions that I saw was, when did they flip? And I think Tammy, the other day when Tammy, she threw me a life jacket. She literally, it was like I was on the Titanic and you threw me an entire boat. I appreciate you. When that day, people were asking, when did it flip? It flipped when that girl, but most of the stuff Bubba said about that girl was in, and you know, these cops have already read all of Mackenzie's text messages, that Davian was the one that picked her up and took her upstairs, or somehow Davian was the one that picked her up, but Bubba left. That's like not even believable. Anyway, that's when it flipped, because Mackenzie happened to have the only video on her Snapchat. And whenever she was getting psycho to him, like, oh, I'm going to break your windows. If she said that to him, he'd be like, why? And then somehow it started, I can't remember how, but she started blackmailing him with that picture. Oh, if you call the cops on me, then I'm going to call the cops on you, and show him this video of Kendall falling. Kenzie, the rumor, Christine Russo thinks his mom pushed her. So her name is Kendall. Yes. Kendall, I have the whole list. Where's I rearranged it over here. Oh, it's probably on that one sheet over there. Actually, I know exactly where it is. Yeah, there's a Kendall and a Kendra. They're cousins. And yeah, I don't know what I was saying about that whole story about the poor girl falling. Yeah, that's horrible. Oh, and okay, and I did tell you guys, there's not like a ton about the fall. Something happened in the probably 8 or 10 hours of text that we did one day. Dom mentions it to Mackenzie. He's like, it was he's on parole, or probation. And so he can't have guns. He can't have underage kids drinking at his house. And Christine's interview, the mom, Dom's mom, says that Kenzie pushed the girl down the stairs and she literally almost died. The brother, Angelo, says that if Dom hadn't been there, she would have died. Because all the friends were freaking out and trying to like shake her and stuff. And Davian picked her up and carried her upstairs, and then Dom stabilized her head. Okay, is Smalls, who's it? Bobby Smalls, if you're in here, I watched some of the Spirit Box, and I feel like that's kind of like I am not against it. I personally felt like it was a little close to a Ouija board. There's a lot of ways to play tricks in games, but anyway, I wanted you to know I did watch it for you since you mentioned it. Yes. Okay, so the Kendall situation, oh, you know what I can do? I can run it. Here's the some of you guys don't like it when I scroll. I can run these text messages, just run Kendall in these text messages. Hold on. All right, here we go. Find Kendall. Oh, okay. I found it. All right, I'm going to share this with you guys because Mackenzie, of course, has to go. Oh, wait, I know. Were you guys here? Okay, one last thing, and then I'll share this. With, there's a girl, and I grabbed one of her videos just to show you. Oh, what is her name? Kat Crown, here, let me just find her name. Her name is Kat. She got in trouble at the same time. Mackenzie was there, and she got like 3 million views. Her name is Kat Crowder. And Kat was on a live, I think it was the last couple of days, and they're on a live. She's on the live with one of Mackenzie's ex-girlfriends, and Mackenzie's ex-girlfriend got a knock on the door. She got a knock on her door on the live, during the live, and it was a pizza delivery for 2 pizzas to Mackenzie Shirilla. Like, that's next level psycho. Literally. And so while they're on it, she's calling Papa John's. This was on a live on TikTok, and Shirilla the Killer, she has so much good stuff. She's on Reddit too. She screenshot, or she was recording it, and the girl is freaking out like, what kind of psycho? That's next level. You saw that? Yeah, it's nuts. Oh wait, New Year's Eve. Yeah, I was on New Year's Eve. Oh, I found the text. Tammy, you probably won't have to jump in this exact moment because I'm just going to read these ones about the Kendall thing. Okay. So, of course, Remember we tried to go back a day. Oh, darn. Okay. All right, here. So this is January 1st. I'm just going to recap this if you've already heard it. Then don't worry. Slide, I looked it up. Slide means come over. All right, this is the 31st. Of course, she doesn't mention it on the 31st. But all right, I'll just read these. This won't take long. I almost said this might take a long time. No, I'm not sending that out into the universe. Okay, this is December 31st. And I feel like I have to put my hair up. Tammy knows. Tammy even put her hair up. I feel like I can't really channel her if my hair is down or in any way that's not right on top of my head. Okay, so this is going to be Dom. Okay, so this is January 31st. Bruh. What? Look what Kendra sent me. Say that. Okay, bet. WTF? I just stopped texting her. I'm going to tell you something to say. I didn't say shit. I left an open door. Why the F is she trying to make shit up? Just say, look, Karina, her falling has nothing to do with us. Leave us out of it, please. And leave us out of the cops. And you shouldn't talk to the cops either. She's just going to get everyone in trouble by saying anything. And just don't say anything. I'm going to say nothing. Check out the Jordan 1s. Like, she wants these new sneakers, of course. Oh, those are gas. Like, those are cool. I need them, I think. But $500 from... But you don't have a job yet, honey. $500 from Jordans ain't the move I can get you designers. He's saying, no, I'm not going to spend $500 on you right now because you're not working yet. She does find a job a little bit later, but not yet. Nuggy. What, babe? What, babe? What are you doing today? I don't know. I want to do something. Me and Nat coming back. I bet. Urban Air. Who's all still there? Me and B. That's Blair. We just listened to his thing and no one knows. Blair didn't even say he was best friends with Dominic. And like literally Mackenzie gets so jealous of B. Like I can't even tell you. Okay. Oh, so who else trying to do something? I don't know. Jared Kent, he might be down to do something a little bit later. We're getting swooped, so I don't know. I can ask him. Okay, let me know. And Davion went to pick someone up, so I don't know what they're doing. Do you want me to ask them all? Yeah, we should all go to Urban Air tonight. Yeah, I don't see why not. Jared and B are both down. Okay, this is B. This is Blair, who says he doesn't know Dominic. Apparently now he's going to get a call out every single time. What time do you want to go? Oh, wait, no, this is Dom. What time do you want to go? Do you want to go a little bit later today when Kendra and Bella are both free? Because me and Natalie want to go take a nap and then we're totally down. Yeah, so Jared wants to know what time. Maybe around like 6:30 or 7? Sure. Or he says bet. Words out. People texting me asking me if I'm okay. Like, I feel so bad. Who's texting what? I've been fucked up over this girl all night. I feel so bad. Abby Kitchell is asking if I'm okay. I feel so bad. I feel like I could have done something. I want to talk to our parents. We did the most we could. Don't right now. I'd wait until she gets better. We really shouldn't confirm any info because who knows how people are going to act. For real. I haven't told anyone but the main people. I'm telling anyone not asking. I feel so bad. I hope her face isn't all fucked up. What are you doing? I'm about to eat some food. Where? Here. What are you doing? I slept. Now I'm here. Where? I might just come cash if that's what you were about to do. Nugget. Oh my God. Nugget, I need a thigh massage. Come here. I'm tired. Do you think I want to do that right now? Okay, maybe a little. Yes, you do. Okay, maybe. I just want to eat an edible and go to sleep for 12 hours. Okay, I'm going to bed. When do you go back to school? I don't know, for real. Let me ask, why? I want to go to Aurora Farms. That's probably got some deals right now. I don't work all week. So she's had 3 jobs. This is not the job that I was talking about, but she might be at a fast food place. My mom is saying I might have to go back to school tomorrow. Like, what the fuck? I was thinking that. I mean, the holidays are over. I don't know. Okay, can you ask someone? Are those your Adidas pants on my bed and peak pants on my floor? Yes, I had an accident. Okay, cool. I didn't want some random bee's pants on my bed. What are you doing? I was about to take a bath, but I don't have any hot water. Oh my God. 1 minute later, what are you doing? WTF. Me and Gracie want to go to the pool. Like, pool. I mean, I might go get pulp, but ask them to do serious wash it TF if the blender before they make the shot. Oh, she doesn't like pulp. Forgot about that. She wants a smoothie without any pulp. Okay, I want a good smoothie, and the pulp low-key is the best, but so nasty. I'll be a bee. I don't care. We can go to the pool. Yeah, nothing as good as the pulp so far. Yeah, you can. Me and Sean were thinking Kendall might need an IV bag. Oh, a Louis Vuitton bag. WTF, are you slow? Never text me that again. Yeah, it was a joke. We feel really bad. Joke and feel bad in the same sentence? That's weird. Why are you mad? Don't get too comfortable being nice to other bitches because I can shut that down right now. The girl literally almost died in my house and I feel terrible. I feel like I should do something. The bag was a joke, but for real. Something nice. She might be effed up forever because of it. So you think she wants a fucking Louis Vuitton bag? Like, do you think money fixes everything? Are you slow? You can buy her one after you buy me one. Okay, that was the joke, but easy, Salty. You sound super selfish. That girl almost died. Look, it's not about being nice to other girls. It's about the fact that she almost died here, and I feel like I should do something. Like, bruh, if some random dude almost died in my house, I'd definitely give that MF as much bud or some sneakers as I could because they brain finna be up because his brain's gonna be effed up. That's the last thing going through my head. She's in the ICU. I feel bad. Or you could just like pay all of her medical bills. Or like I said earlier, we're going to buy her a ton of crystals. But of course, all you care about is money. Why would you buy $1,000 bag when you can just help her with the medical bills? Me and Gracie are on our way over soon. It's still about the money. It's the gesture, not the bag. I didn't mean to even get a bag. Crystals aren't money. She's so dumb. It's just a reference. They cost money. Medical bills cost money too. I didn't mean I was actually going to get her a bag. I've told you that 3 times. Like, don't come at me. You are being so selfish. She almost died, and you have everything in the world right now compared to her. For now, nah, Grace and I, wait, TF, shoot. TF, nah, Grace already on the way. Nah, I'm top. I don't care. Answer me right now. Come then. Okay, cool. Just don't be starting shit. We need to talk when Grace leaves, since this is like really seriously about what? If it has something to do with our relationship because I said Kendall deserves something nice, I am not going to talk to you about it because that is crazy AF. Are you talking to me? And he's like, what? Tell me exactly what you want to talk to me about, or I am not talking to you. With all that's going on, I am not trying to argue with you about some BS. If you don't get it, then I'm not going to keep explaining it. Like, I'm stressed out. You need to chill on me. Joe left Impractical Jokers. WTF. Did you use scissors to pick out the bong? Maybe. I don't know. It's cool. Just don't do it next time. When are you coming? I'm here. Okay, let me make sure it's unlocked. Someone left their fast charger. She's like, good, it's karma. Okay, so that's the Kendall stuff. That's like all we really know from the Kendall stuff were those comments. This is what I wanted to say. Someone in here, one of our lovely dear friends, thought what if, and this might seem stretch, but it is totally in line with how psycho this girl is. Like, what if the exact time that Mackenzie is talking about pick your poison to Dom is literally the exact same time his mom's in the hospital? I ran code word because the day that Tammy saved me from the Titanic, she kept saying, pick your poison, pick your poison. And I was like, oh, that's so random. And then someone said, what if she was poisoning the mom? Because we don't know that much about the mom compared to, like, it wasn't in a police report, let's just say. We just know about it from their conversations. So we don't know what the real symptoms were. But I do find it weird that she got arrested and the mom is like 100% better. I don't know. That's just another thought. One of our lovely dear friends noticed it. So, of course, I ran a report, found all the times she mentions poisons, and it's only the time that his mom is in the hospital. Okay. So Don has been depicted as the guy that would push someone. Oh, no. Kenzie told Dom's mom that she pushed that girl down the stairs. That's in Dom's mom's interview. I hope I'm remembering that right. I'm pretty sure I am. I feel like we could find her interview. Dom's mom said it in her interview. Yeah. This other girl's, yeah, she does. I got that she was straight up possessed. Yep. And I do think I agree with this comment too, Honey Do Life, that she got paid to be quiet. I agree 100%. 100%. Yep. Oh, yeah. Mackenzie, Tammy and I were reading that the other day, and Mackenzie's like, why don't you just pay her medical bills or get her crystals? Dom's like, you dumbass. Like, it's still money. She's so slow. But I did get a cool reading on her sister. Her sister is like totally fine. She doesn't even like play with these guys or idiots. So that's the story with that. It's so ick. You would think records exist. Yeah, they're all wiped. I don't know if they're wiped. Thank you for cloaking Dom. Thank you. Yeah, he needed it. And I don't want to go too deep into the spiritual stuff when we're on public. It just like, I'm not able to relax the way I can when it's just us. But I did want to explain, like, all of the mediums can cut the shit. It's not right now. It's very similar to the John O'Keefe 34 Fairview vibe of like, it's getting pulled in so many directions that he can't like. So anyway, yes, we'll talk about it in our live because it does make me uncomfortable to talk about in public. Only because it's for those with ears to hear. Anyway, the point is, yeah, thanks, Quack Quack. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, he needed it hard. Well, he was a minor. We don't really know, though, because in this text thing, when he's talking about the gun, I think he's 20. Let me just double check the date. Yeah, it's 22. He was in 22. He was 20. I think his mom, for most cases, I would 100% agree with Steve Shirilla that it's corrupt AF. Steve just isn't bringing any backup. I literally couldn't find anything. If anyone else did, let me know, but I didn't find anything, and I am the very first person. Well, I love to deep dive on corruption. That's like one of my favorite things to do. But I'm sure it's all like Canton, but I didn't find any corruption at all. And when Chris Cuomo gets his ass kicked by, when Chris Cuomo kicks Steve Shirilla's ass, one of the things is like, show me the backup, like get a little spreadsheet. I don't know. He's not. Anyway, I understand she couldn't hold a job. Oh, well, she doesn't like to work. And she says that in her text, like she wants to have a sugar daddy without any. And I've seen some more texts. I know she gets a bad rap for being promiscuous, but like, I don't know. In the text with Dom, And in another text, something happened to her when she was 14. These are just texts. And she didn't really like it after that. So I don't know if she just like mind fucks everyone and doesn't hook up. But then she goes down the prostitution road. And the screenshots that were in the police department or the police report say 2,500, you can do anything you want. A girl's got to make money. I have no problem with it. And I don't mind making fun of Mackenzie Shirilla either for it, because Blair was part of the sales team. Yes. And they were like besties. She was always so jealous of Blair. She calls him B. Oh, and in one of those text messages, she told him that she'll stab Blair in the eye. Like, so specific. I mean, okay, fine. Stab whoever you want. Maybe if it was like because one of the things that Steve says to Chris Cuomo is like, "What, you've never said I'll kill you?" I don't know. I honestly don't think I've ever said that. But Steve's like, I mean, it was just a reference. But she's so specific. Like, I'll stab him in the eye. Like, okay, why isn't just stabbing enough? Why do we have to go to the next level? I think she was just a ticking time bomb. Yeah, she couldn't hold a job. She didn't like to work. She didn't like to do anything except get high and model. Yeah, Blair was part of the sales team. I love that. I mean, when you're in the business, you have to be good at customer service. You have to be good at marketing. I used to love Joel Osteen. He always talked about that. Prior to Joel Osteen not opening his church during the flood. And then I got over him. Okay. Yeah, she worked at Dunk's for a little while. She worked at like some sandwich place. She likes to eat. If our diehard best friend or Ride or Die is in here, she knows the restaurants. And Bobby, if you're in here, thanks for stopping in. And I did watch that thing. I just said that, but it's wild. I do kind of like doing these deep dives. I could read, okay, she is heartless. Yeah. Dude, if she's in your life, you can pretty much just count on your life falling completely apart. And maybe I'm going to write down stuff for our members later. I want to talk about Davian's mother. I have questions that aren't very nice. We're not going to do it on public. She is insufferable. That's like, oh, and I told you guys I uploaded all the prison calls because I wanted the transcripts without anyone's voice. Oh, because I'm making my video. I was going to make a video disproving Steve, but it's like so obvious. All right. Yeah. And she was psycho from the jump. And then she started blackmailing him, and I think that's when they switched roles. Maybe we should do the Chris Cuomo thing tomorrow. I don't want to get too tired before our members stuff. Tammy, we love you. And Kate, we're an amazing duo. Yeah, we do love Tammy. Tammy, you're a lifesaver. You threw me a whole boat when the Titanic was going down. That was like a perfect day to do it too, because it just like worked out. Yeah, Tammy, you were a lifesaver. And when you were like, my kids are texting me, I was like, you can't leave me. And you're like, no, they're older. They're just done with work. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. You know what it reminded me of? You guys, I'll probably watch her. Oh, what is her name? Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. She has older boys too. And sometimes they come in and talk to her, but I don't know why I'm talking about all this. All right. In the ICU. Yeah, she was in the ICU for 10 days. It was wild. She was in the ICU for 10 days, and somebody heard, or someone in here told us that the detectives did ask her about it, and she said, nope, I don't want to get involved. Keep me out of it. Nothing. And perhaps, I mean, Dom's mom is not an idiot, and she's a lawyer. So I'm sure there was 571 reasons she didn't want the cops going through his phone. But they're going to expunge all this stuff anyway. Maybe they just do that. No, they have connections to something bigger. Okay. Yeah, she had no care in the world. When she said she felt bad, I felt like she was just saying that because one of the girls she was with, like Natalie or Bella or whatever, were saying, like, I feel so bad. Wait, okay. See, in this interview, Bubba, all right, hold on. Let me read this out loud. In this interview, Bubba doesn't say how they met and Dom left. Okay, wait, how, can you type this again? Sorry. Here, I'll just put it up so we can all read it. It's like, in this interview, Bubba doesn't say how they met and Dom left, then came back. Wait, he said that? Because Mackenzie asks about that in one of the jail calls, that Dom was gone at 4. Oh, I totally missed that. Wait, just now in Bubba's email? Oh yeah, that's what he was talking about, the popcorn? Okay, so in this interview, Bubba doesn't say how they met and that Dom left and then came back. In one of the jail calls, Kenzie asks her, says something, Rosie's sitting around saying he's petting her, which I didn't believe anyway. I mean, who pets? Maybe someone a little more touchy-feely than a Capricorn, but I wouldn't even think of wanting to get touched or petted or whatever. And then Bubba said that he left to go get her special popcorn. Well, none of the story is believable, but Mackenzie did say in one of those jail calls, I feel like it's just a matter of time before Kenzie, tells her mom what happened. Yeah, you pissed me off, and so I drove him into a wall. I feel like it's not that far away for her. She's not above. Her mom's like, okay, we can't talk on this phone. We can't talk on this phone. And she's like, oh, nah. You guys have heard it. Yeah, Kate. I watched a new ex-prisoner. She said Mackenzie told her the devil made her do it. Pressed the pedal to the floor and said, Dom has to die. This new ex, I believe that. I believe that 100%. Oh my God, I believe it. 100%. What wolf do you feed? And if you are an open vessel and you do not put on protection, you become, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, the way to explain it is interdimensional. So when you see ghosts or whatever, those are just people who died doing something you usually do. So the woman who always walks on the balcony, I always hear about that one, especially during ocean houses or near ocean houses. They call it the mistress's ledge because she's always watching for her husband. Yeah, she probably is because she died on doing that. So she's stuck in a loop. That's the loop Canton was stuck in and the world is stuck in that we're getting ourselves out of. That's why the power of prayer. And if you grew up Catholic or you grew up in, those are trigger words, there are some journal prompts you can do because I understand that, but you have to work through that because this is a spiritual battle. We're in the middle of a spiritual battle. And I 100% believe I said she was possessed. And this ex-prisoner said, I don't even like calling it that. Let's just call her a friend from Ohio or something. Because that was in her old life, but I don't want to identify her as that because teach their own. We all have our own demons. But anyway, so someone, and I believe this 100%, I want to talk to that girl. I want to watch it because I've said before that she got possessed. Okay, when you're doing an exorcism, this is how I was taught. The only thing or whatever, everything the Catholics teach, everything, the one most powerful thing that you can say is something about I command you to leave in the name of Jesus. For some reason, it works. I've said it before on here. I have to get in the zone to be doing demon shit, but it's I forbid you in the name of Jesus Christ. That's the one thing. Anyway, I believe all of this that I'm going to post this because I believe all of it 100%. I think she got possessed. And her demons will tell her whatever she wants to hear. Good news, the only good thing, well, there's a lot of good things, but is she didn't have time to either remember her witch stuff or she didn't have a good mentor to I'm sure all of us were witches in a lifetime or two. And good and bad. We've all been, and if you're a regular here, you hear me say this, so sorry about that. But okay, we've all been royalty. We've all been peasants. We've all been the good guys and we've all been the bad guys because you're you're playing a story because your soul has lessons it wants to learn. The best way to explain it is a Disney movie. Like, and you just have different parts of the Disney movie, like Cinderella or whatever. Like, everyone's been good and bad. You've been killed, you've been hung, you've been the executioner, you've been all of it. Especially now, they're only old souls here now. So I'm guessing in her last life, she was a dark witch, and that's okay. Most of the world is, without knowing, because black magic silences consent, and they don't care about your free will. They'll take that in a second. And I believe this story 190%. I believe it, and it shows you the power of the spiritual battle we're in. That's what it is. It's a spiritual battle. But I am actually glad to see this comment, just because it validates like everything I've been trying to explain. So I appreciate you. Thanks, Karma. Yeah, I believe that. I saw her too, the girl in the car. Yeah, I trust all of this. Oh, where'd you guys see it? Let's go watch her. Is she on YouTube or is she on TikTok? She did have to get people to do her homework. Oh, wow, Tammy, we know that. Don was paying someone $200, and like Mackenzie would give the girl or whoever the money before she did the homework. And then they were like, peace. Dom's like, hold on to it until after they do your homework. I think she's a narcissist. Oh, yeah. I mean, 100%. Dom calls her a narcissist. Narcissist, in my experience, too, is like the beginning of then sociopath. Sociopaths, like, they understand human behavior. They understand empathy. They don't necessarily feel it. Psychopaths don't feel it. They don't have empathy. But I also think that psychopaths are made, not born. All souls are born the same. And then what wolf do you feed? Literally. That's all it goes back to. I don't think that anyone's born evil at all. I've never met anyone born evil, and I've dealt with a lot of things, especially the big guy. Not the good guy, but I mean, he has his own agenda. Boss lady, it's very telling and true. Homeowners insurance would have paid for the accident, but I believe it was intentional. Yes. And so does Christine Russo. I bet that's why. I bet if someone, I'm not saying this ever happened, but if someone did pay off that family, I wouldn't be surprised. And the thing is Mackenzie's so dumb, she doesn't even understand. Well, I don't know. Yeah, they do think it was intentional. Yes, we did cloak him. I just cloaked him yesterday. So if anyone says they're reaching his energy, those are tricksters. Like, I mean, we're dealing with darkness and light, and okay, just think of it this way. When you graduated high school and you went to college, like, remember those guys that used to come back for like high school parties, and it was like, why are you here? You're 2 years away. Like, it's just not cool anymore unless it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas. The light side doesn't get involved in the human drama unless they're invited. That's why Jesus says to ask every morning for protection and help. And or unless someone is about to exit before their contracts. Like, and I know some Cryon doesn't like the word contract, but like exit plans. So say you're like, I'm going to give myself this exit plan or whatever. If it's not on one of your exit plans, then like you hear about angels saving people and they jump in. The light will. The darkness doesn't need to be invited. They'll just come right in. Your thoughts are super powerful. And from Earth, part of our human fun is that we can help unbind the black magic that's been woven into the ground. I did cloak Dominic because whether it's light or dark, it doesn't matter. The point was like everyone was trying to get a piece of his energy, and it was like very tender. And then I saw something on TikTok and it just like pissed me off. So I've been learning how to do it without going into a meditative state with my eyes open. It started with like, I would doodle. And so I still like in my own place, I go into a spot that I can ask, I ask my guides to ask his guides. They have a meeting and cloak him right now. And that spot, it's the spot that the ground, she's such a psycho. No, I mean, I'm not glad to hear that, but there was a spot, something about that accident, and the spot was very magic. Oh, I did a thing against the satanic calendar. All of our cases correlate to the day pretty much of satanic calendar. That all started with the if you've been here, then you know. But it started with the JJ Vallow, what's her face? Lori Vallow case. That's when it all started coming together for us. Everything's connected to the satanic calendar. It's part of the book I'm writing. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate you guys understanding the cloaking thing. Yeah. So if anyone says they get him, that's fine. There are tricksters and stuff, but he is like almost, the way that you could think of it is like in a human coma, like he's sleeping right now. That's the best way to describe it for right now, just until someone tells me he's okay. Yeah, so we cloaked him. He's good. That's like John O'Keefe. He needed it, and so did the house. I never took that off of them. I think it just like when they're ready, it's like Sleeping Beauty. You just wake up. I don't know what would make someone easier to be possessed. Well, not putting on protection. Well, black magic. She practiced black magic, so she opened that door, playing with stuff like Ouija boards and stuff. I mean, it's all fine if your intentions are pure. I wouldn't though, but you can get possessed really. I don't even know how many people I've worked with that are possessed. I guess the only way to explain it is someone, I don't know. By the time they get to me, they're not asked. I don't even care how they got possessed. There's like something much more serious. They're like on the side of a bridge or something. They need death because death creates energy that they can feed on. It's called looshing. Kendall comes live. She won't talk to anyone. She wouldn't even talk to the police. Yeah, an ambulance came. Dominic or Davian, one of those boys, called the ambulance while they were holding her so she didn't die. Dominic said that Davian was covered in blood. Oh, yeah, the dad is such a creeper. Oh, I agree 100%. That's why Chris Cuomo, that's something, but he looks smoking hot and smoking smart next to Steve Shirilla. Okay, yeah, he's a creep. Maybe it's on the dark web. What's on the dark web? Yeah, there was blood everywhere. Yeah, it's all looshing. They love that stuff. The bubblegum bee. Did you hear about the coach who is now in jail? The coach. No. After the one in Michigan, what was his name? I watched all of those girls testify. What was that guy's name? I don't know. Maybe she's a secret lesbian. Mackenzie? You can pay private ambulances. You need the connections. Yeah, that's 100% true. Look at all of the satanic parties in LA. If you're in LA, grab those lamprayers and protect yourself. Steve's uncle's a priest. Yes, and I have the police report. Yep, and that's Catholic Church stuff. Yeah, I have the police report. Someone mentioned it. Maybe Kenzie was close to that uncle. I think if she was close to that uncle, her power as a witch would have been stronger. I think she just had memories of doing it. Like it just felt natural or normal for her. I don't think she had a mentor. If she did, she had the potential to be really, really, really powerful. And she didn't. I mean, her magic is still powerful enough that it's taking like 3 days, well, at least 3 days for me to unravel him. But now that he's like, no one can pull off of his energy, now he needs to rest before I can start working on it. But at least now no one can like pull his energy. And Kinsey may have been close to that uncle, but that's not, thank God she didn't have a good mentor. I think that uncle would be a very powerful witch. Most of them are. All she was missing in her, like, demonic timeline was a mentor. I think if she was really, if she had the opportunity, it's a good thing she was like a burnout, because whoever, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. She never got ready. So, all right. She hated Blair. Yeah, she was so jealous. She was like jealous of the air he breathed. It was wild. She doesn't eat anything. Never. No. Well, that's also like, didn't she weigh like 80 something pounds or 90 pounds? I mean, even in high school, I was lifting, but I think the dad made bat for the other team. And the dad has also worked in Hollywood industry. Is our ride or die best friend here? It might be part of a bigger psyop, to be honest. It all matches, but I don't know. See it and strap it all. I will help again if you need it. Just let me know. Oh, don't worry. I was thinking about you today, actually. I will. I do want to read again. It's such an easy go-to. It's like, oh, what should we do live today? Read about Psycho Mackenzie. Oh, Bobby Smalls, did you hear me? My YouTube just randomly crashed. That was super weird. Grab those prayers. Bobby, I did watch the Spirit Box stuff that you asked me to watch. The thing about it is, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't know, trust your intuition on it. I would definitely protect myself before I watched it. Especially spirits, they can transfer through stuff like YouTube. So protect your energy. They can come through but we protect ourselves. And I already said, I'm going to go ahead and set some more sacred space since we're talking about, I don't want to summon anything. The dark side's like, oh, okay, just kidding. I'm going to set some more sacred space. I've taught everyone how to do it, and there's like shorts in there. I teach it a lot, but I'm not going to teach it right now. I'm just going to set sacred space and protect everyone that's in here. That's what I usually do. All right. Well, boss lady, this is rumor and intuition, not of mine. Someone else noticed it. When Tammy, our friend, lovely, dear friend, saved me from the other day, we were reading the text messages. During that text message exchange, Mackenzie says, pick your poison about 5 or 6 times. That happens to be the exact same time that Dom's mom is in the hospital. I don't really know what her ailments were because this is through text messages. But let's just say that as soon as Mackenzie gets arrested, Dom's mom's not in the hospital anymore. I thought it was a great, someone noticed it, that she asks about pick your poison 6 or 7 times while Dom's mom is in the hospital. And then she goes to jail and Dom's mom's out. So we don't know why for real, but I think that's an easy logic to get to. When you remove B, like A is B, C, you remove B and there's no more. I don't think it's a jump. Okay. She said she had a client. She said she had client info on the plan and he was on her plan. Yeah, her client was her son, I'm guessing. It's not a conflict of interest if she's just giving him advice, but she could have claimed that. You're right. Yes, at 4 a.m. he wasn't there. That's what what's her face? Mackenzie said in a jail call with her mom. Yeah. I heard the other day when we were watching YouTube videos. Special popcorn. Yeah. The gateways opened. Oh, yeah. They call it spirits for a reason. Spirits. Yeah. And they love, those are little baby, I don't even like to mention them because I was taught it summons them. So, and I also was told that it's not dark side anymore. It's old energy, but they love to hang around that energy. Spirits. I want to find that demonic possession though. All right. How did Dom text his dad just before out of the blue with the dead phone and one in her purse? That's a great question. And we've never seen Dom's phone or the dad's. This is all just hearsay, really. I don't think the dad confirmed it, and I don't think anyone's confirmed it. That is a great question. I'm behind, sorry. No. Please don't. There's no such thing as late here. Time is a construct. That's not the gospel at all. This is my life, and next time I'll be in paradise for eternity. Okay. Sure, Jan. Dom's phone wasn't in her purse. Did we ever find, I don't know, someone in here said that his phone was all mangled and they couldn't get anything off, but in the Corey Richins case, the private detective said that damaged phones like that are the best ones because no one can play with it. On the Moms for Justice channel, is that where this friend from Ohio is? I believe Rosie and Bubba got there, at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's what Rosie told Tyler, that they got there at 6 and drove right by, didn't notice. But then there's body cam footage of the cops asking, did we have a fourth person or did someone run away? Yep. I believe that too. Yeah. That's the woman that was talking about Mackenzie being possessed. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, we have I have so much to teach you guys. That's one of my jobs. Okay, Kate, have you heard the warning about not buying a rug for your porch that says welcome? No, but I have seen a lot of stuff on TikTok that I was taught not to do. Like, there's something I think 2 years ago, someone asked me about it. Like, one of my best friends was like blowing cinnamon into her house. No, you don't blow anything ever into your house. I haven't heard about the welcome thing, but there's like things with mirrors and stuff. Mirrors are portals, so you just kind of have to be careful. Supposedly that gives, I believe it. I believe it. If you don't protect your house, they don't have manners. There's zero manners. They just come on in, and it's like, I believe that actually 190. Oh, you know what? That's really funny that you say that. I must have learned that in the world somewhere because I have a map, but it doesn't say welcome. I protect my house too, though. And the land around it. Yep, that makes sense. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm writing a book right now. I'm writing a book about all of this. Well, it's really the blueprint of the New World Order so that you guys can see it. But my favorite book, and I would highly recommend this, is This Present Darkness. I recommend it to everyone. It's on YouTube. You can listen to it for free. It's perfect to explain the spiritual battle that we're in. I recommend it to everyone. I think we did it the last class that we had. We read it. Oh, yeah. Lori and Chad Daybell. Yeah, that's straight up demonic sacrifice. There was a lady, pastor. Somebody has to know who I'm talking about. She was the one who mentioned it, and then I looked it up, and that's when all of our cases all started matching the satanic calendar. Yeah, Idaho, I think that was a straight up land grab and a PSYOP. But I have I can back that up on the PSYOP and the Chad and Lori. Okay, I don't think that I think Lori and Chad that was part of a satanic calendar sacrifice, but she was rogue. That was not part of a bigger thing like Idaho was. Or Delphi is a great example. Oh, that's funny. You're welcome. Ed says, wait, I'm not wearing pants. You know, that's so funny that you say that because I'm just thinking back when I was learning all of the witch stuff. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, spiritual stuff. I must have learned that because I've never had a welcome mat. Yeah, the Idaho case is crazy. Oh, that's nice of you to share stuff. We have a whole research team on the Idaho 4 case. They're all like quiet. I don't mention them, but we do. Yeah, he's supposed to be Dom's best friend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's straight up lied. And Mackenzie's jealous of B all the time. She always talks about killing him and stabbing him in the eye. She's so nuts. Yes, that okay, the next comment. Tammy was just saying in one of the I used the jailhouse call in the beginning for Danny's reading. Yes, she was, I wouldn't really say friends. I would call that a victim because no matter what, she was still only like 14, 13, 15-ish. And yeah, friends with, I mean, that's, I'll just use it loosely, but I agree. Yeah, that coach, oh, what is that coach's name? I don't know, but that's the jail call. Of course, phone calls from prison or plunder or AG tactical. Do you think I got essayed? Do you think you got essayed? Or Mackenzie got essayed? I don't know. Mackenzie did reference something along those lines when she was 14. She weighs a lot more now. Yeah, I think she looks really much healthier for, I don't know how to phrase this, but it doesn't come off wrong. Strongsville football coach was caught in a relationship with kids under 13. Yeah. And Mackenzie does make a reference in these text messages that something not romantic and not consensual happened when she was 14. And she did tell her sister to report him if he even talked to her. She didn't, I don't think she knew yet that he got in trouble in that call. I don't know if she knew. Yes, Kate, just let me know. Oh, don't you worry, Bill. I will. If we are going to do the recordings, I do want to do our media or the thing is, I can get lost in those text messages for hours. And I don't mind being Mackenzie today. If you want to be Dom, I do want to restart our live though. So it's just the recordings. I mean, yeah. So like the recordings stay separate from the texts. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, let me know. Tammy, if you're up tonight and you're in the mood, it's 8:47. I could be down. I could be down actually. Okay, why don't we do this? All right, let's do it. I feel like I just need like 5 minutes to run to the bathroom, get water. We'll end this live and I'll restart another one. Oh, what about our members? I do want to explain the black magic stuff. Are any of our members here that would be annoyed if we did if we read text messages? I'll be Mackenzie this round since you really took one for the team that day. Whew, couldn't have done it without you. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's one of the things. One of our friends put together the timeline pretty close. Don's text said it was his mom's stomach. I mean, if she's slipping, I mean, I've only seen this on, what is it? Snapped. When the women's always kill their husbands with antifreeze. But stomach aches are part of the symptoms on Snapped. Okay, so Tammy. Yeah, Kenzie, I think she had major digestive problems because she didn't really take care of herself. Oh, the dad confirmed it on the body cam. Okay, one thing before we call it a day. Dom's dad, Frank, did confirm on the body cam that he got an I love you text about 2. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. When the cops came, I didn't watch these. To me, I don't think I could handle the heartbreak. Whenever I see if it's on anything, I fast forward it or I just can't watch it. It's too much for me. Yeah, the ex, instead of calling it a prisoner, I'm just calling it her friend from Ohio. Because I feel bad, I don't want to label her. Okay, I was an alcoholic, but I don't like identifying as that. And if everyone always only referenced me as an alcoholic, I would get she could never grow out of that phase of her life. So I'm going to call her the friend from Ohio. And we're talking about the ex, the person who was in prison with her. But I don't want to put her in a box because she's, I'm guessing, probably not trying to go back there. And that's just part of her story. So that's just my own personal thing. I'm just going to call her the friend from Ohio. And so we all know I'm talking about that same girl. Okay, I've seen Dom's phone and it was blue and it was crunched. Okay, and the good news is that the detective in the Corey Richens case can break it open, if that matters. Yes, this is the channel. Sorry, friend from Ohio. No, don't be sorry. Because if other people are just getting here, they don't know that. But I just want to say, I 100% believe the story of the woman who was in prison with Kenzie. I just don't want to label her as the ex-prisoner, because then I don't want to put her in a box that she can't grow out of. Like I just don't, this is a weird mental thing for myself. Like that, like I just don't, I want her to be able to grow into the woman that she's supposed to be. That was just a bump in the road. I'm guessing it had to do with drugs. Wait until you guys see the drug. Oh man, there's so much. Okay. All right. They use Celebrate. Oh, well, you want to know what I think about Celebrate? For Karen, I wanted, who's the crazy guy that like killed his wife 100%? And Karen Reed, right after Karen Reed, I can't remember his name now, but anyway, they use Celebrate in the Karen Reed case, said that it wasn't dependable because the 2 a.m. thing. They even brought a kid on Celebrate from Celebrate who said it wasn't dependable. Okay. In the exact same courthouse, like 2 weeks later, they said it was 100%. You could trust it. And I even looked up the law. There was a law. You can't like they said it wasn't dependable for Karen Reed for the 2 a.m. Can't depend on Celebrate. Had a kid come up from Celebrate, say it's not dependable. And then in the guy who killed his wife in a really crazy way, and he was Googling a lot of crazy stuff. But the same prosecutors just said you can't use Celebrate. So I have a love-hate relationship with Celebrate. I don't buy it. I think it's all crap. But that's because of the way they discredited it for Karen Reed's case. Because they didn't, apparently Jennifer, well, she hasn't gotten charged yet. That's coming, Jenny. Do you miss us? I had someone come clear my house and she took my rug with her. That was smart. Good. Yeah, that was smart. Where'd she put the rug? Like, she probably just got rid of it. Yeah, that was smart. I love that. That's a really good thing to remember. All right, that video you suggested. All right, hold on. Let's look at this. The video you suggested, Dad did confirm Dom had texted him at like 3. Okay. And Kenzie's dad said he was so mad at the editing hours of content to make Netflix, but they only had 1 hour tape. Oh yeah, he's a scumbag. I mean, if you guys do get bored or you want to watch Chris Cuomo absolutely destroy him, I do have the video. Thanks for the info. Oh no, thank you. Also, after it was cleared, she gave me mirrors to tape in the corner of every window to deflect anything evil. Good. I would also, did she teach you about the salt? Like, you don't have to do a ton. It's like all really mental, and you like go around clockwise to protect your house. If she didn't, I'll teach it. Are you a member? I'll teach it in our members. I don't really love talking magic stuff. I don't know why. I feel like I don't really care, but I'll teach it to you guys. Hi, coming in from Australia. Woo! We're international. Go team. Hi, Australia. Welcome. So glad you're here. Couldn't watch that case. Which case? I have Siege for my house, but I haven't done it yet. Oh, well, I would recommend I would do salt first and then sage. Grab those lampreyers. There's pretty much an explanation, and then just add sage to them. That's the lampreyers are free. Okay, Paul. That Paul kid said Paul. Okay, Paul didn't need a lawyer to talk to the detectives, but Blair did. It's weird. Well, I guess though, if you are working side business. Okay, that Paul kid said he saw Mackenzie asleep on the couch at like 2 or 3 when he woke up to go to the bathroom. And she was faking it to listen to what Dom and Davian were talking about. And I believe she got enraged. Yeah. Basically, we've learned that she gets enraged literally there's no like consistency to her rage. Like when Tammy helped me that day, she was going in circles about stuff that just like didn't logically make any sense. There's no like, well, it's literally like, he had to explain to her that he's doing sets of lifting and it takes 8 minutes a set. So he wasn't going to text her during that 8 minutes. It's wild. Drama. The whole family is full of lies. Yeah, at least, yeah. I think they made that little demon. I don't think that she was born like that. Apparently the mirrors are okay as long as they don't face each other. Yes, that is 100%. And I would also rinse them in water if you can, like if they're small enough. And I actually, when I was putting the fail safes into AI, I was putting mirrors on my electric outlets, both directions, like so that nothing could come through. But the good news is we're not going to fall like Atlantis again or have another Star Wars, because there's 3 fail safes in place right now for AI. So if it ever falls below human consciousness, it'll self implode, and there are 3 ways to catch it. 3 fail safes. So they're not going to overrun us again. Okay, apparently the mirrors are okay as long as they don't face each other. Yes. One thing Biggie reminded us, we did a channeling on Biggie. When you go into like usually high-end hotels, they have mirrors that create hallways. Those are straight up portals. Don't do that to your house. Never have a mirror facing each other, ever, and like facing each other. And I always was taught to put a mirror right in your front door, so when people walk in, they see it, and that looks nice and decorative. But what it also does is, if their energy doesn't match what you've set for your energy, then they get repelled and they'll feel really uncomfortable and they'll leave. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, Rosie's a trash bucket. Rosie, if you're watching, I think you're complete trash. There were 2 phones. Yes, this is correct. There were 2 phones found at the scene. One was Davian's and the other was Mackenzie's. Dom's was found later in his house. All right, hold on. Hold on. That doesn't even make sense. Dominic's hand was out the window and they didn't find the phone there. I'm confused because he went everywhere with his phone. Why would his phone be back at his house? Where did you find that information? The only reason, I'm not questioning you at all, but I am questioning where it came from, because actually in everything we've read, I don't really remember ever hearing much about the phones, but I don't buy that it wasn't with him unless Rosie and Bubba took it back, because he had his phone on all the time, according to Mackenzie. She pretty much was jealous of the air he breathed because it wasn't her. I'm still watching from halfway through. Oh, you're good. Oh, friend! Guys, this friend right here was my first friend that I didn't know on YouTube. She warned me about Idaho 4 stuff. I'll never forget you. You just I don't know what it was. For some reason, I believed you, and you were just like my first friend. One of my first friends that I didn't know. I always call it, whenever I see someone out in the wild, I call it the wild. So everyone knows that's my first friend on YouTube. So thanks, Lovey. I love you. All right, Rachel, I agree. Her poor sister. The good news is her sister's good. Her sister's smart. Her sister doesn't even play. This isn't even in her realm. I mean, just like everyone, she could take a left or take a right, but she'll be fine. I got the energy that I got when I did a reading. She has no time for the crap. But someone, I don't know if they were in here or not, asked us if they put a spell on the little sis, on Danny. If she did, Danny's already, it's gone. It doesn't matter. I didn't feel any black magic around her. If anyone stalks her or finds out if she is in debate team or something, I feel like I'm cheering for Danny. Okay, next one. Beyond Carly. I'll try to say your names. Okay, for my friends that don't want me to mention them, they like to stay anonymous. Hopefully you're not in here, but if you are, just write, don't mention me or something. There are a few of our friends that like to stay anonymous. Okay. Records show that the pink phone was Mackenzie's and the white one was Davion's. Then why in her handbag? Exactly. That's a great question. We do have those police body cams. I don't know. There is way more to this cell phone thing. I really am curious, though, about what went down that night that Bubba just happened to be in the other room, didn't hear it. Sure, Bubba. Just like when the girl died and you left. What kind of asshole does that? Do you have common law? I mean, I guess it's not unless he's trained in some kind of life saving, even CPR. If you see something and you can provide life-saving measures, that's as simple as calling 911. You can't just leave someone dying. That's like, well, all right. When she talked to, I am old. It's close to my bedtime. Oh, me too, homie. All right, then let's plan on doing oh, I'm working tomorrow. We could do it tomorrow, but either in the morning. Well, I'll make a thing, and if you're around, jump on. And if you're not, no big deal. Except I did enjoy sharing that. I appreciate you, Bub. I agree with the bedtime thing. I would not be annoyed about what? Read the texts. I can come tomorrow after 2. It was an intestinal problem. I'm wondering. I love Snapped. Me too. They're considering removing part of her bowel. Guys, I know in one of those snaps we learned what poison does that. I know I've seen stuff in poison. In Snapped about that. I do remember that, yeah. And they said they never had food in the Shirilla house. But you know what they probably had? Antifreeze. Why don't we Google? I definitely don't want anyone to like clip it and be like, oh, I don't know. If someone else does, let us know. Okay. I believe Kenzie was putting something in Dom's mom's. I know. I am like at 50. Why don't we just ask a yes no? I feel like the timing is a little too convenient that she was that sick. And then all of a sudden she was like, not. That is sketch. All right. I'm just going to ask a yes no really quickly. Oh, and the sister was hoarding food. Good. Oh, I don't know why I complain. But I love these cards, except sometimes they're like not in the mood. This one says ask again later. Just means like either I have to like concentrate a little bit more or it's not the right time. Yeah, maybe like we don't want to be the ones to out this because that poor woman has been through a fuckload. And imagine if on top of all this, she finds out that she was being poisoned. Like that would be a lot from this little psycho. Plus now they probably couldn't prove it or I don't know. I just think the timing is rather curious that she was in the hospital and then she wasn't. I don't know. Maybe we're not, we don't break news here unless we do. One time we did. But I wonder if it's like for her mental health that we don't put that connection like out into the universe. That would be a lot. Can you even imagine? Especially if she really liked Mackenzie. Okay. I dropped skin cause. Yep, that's a good point. We saw a case about that. Some lady, wasn't it at her work? Yep, though, that's true. That actually makes sense. She seems really nice, the friend from Ohio. Yeah, we don't want to put her in a box. We understand who you mean, but I'm sure she has the woman that she's trying to become or has become, or like she's not the person that she was when she got to go hang out with Mackenzie in the big house. Exactly. You have such a loving heart. Oh, thanks. Oh, Chris Watts. Anna Darko. All I'm going to say about that is a wild case, is Anna Darko, oil, land, Nicole what is that? I almost called her Nicole Kenzie. NK, whatever that bitch's name is. There's so much there. And the prosecutor flew to his parents' house secret for 3 days. And that's when the FBI said, our case isn't over. And the prosecutor said, yeah, it is. Bye. Yeah, Chris Watt's case is crazy. I couldn't get through it without crying. It's gut-wrenching. What? There are 2 different formulas for antifreeze. Hold on, I have to read this. There are 2 different formulas. One is not so lethal. We used to have a patient in a psychiatry office that drank less lethal antifreeze with Sprite. Oh, it sounds like a slow way to commit suicide. That sounds absolutely horrible. It's like alcoholism. It's a slow way of committing suicide. It's a more socially acceptable way. I learned that in recovery. I didn't know that at the time, and I thought I was fine. Okay. And I have no idea, but I know, yeah, like it would have to be something too that that girl, if she's having pizzas getting delivered to her ex, I don't know if that girl calls herself the ex-girlfriend, but she definitely hooked up with Mackenzie. She's getting pizzas delivered to her house in Mackenzie Shirilla's name. That is fucking psycho. That's psycho. 100% psycho. Like, it's so beyond psycho that, like, I can't even imagine thinking of that. Like, you're in prison and your mom is your puppet, I'm guessing. And you find out that your ex-girlfriend and a couple of girls that used to be with you in the big house are unalive, and you get pizzas sent to their house, the ex-girlfriend's house, with your name on them on COD, pay on delivery, or whatever that thing's called. It's wild. She's nuts. Eye drops. That was a court case. I remember seeing that. Remember the girl who killed her boyfriend's mom in a slushie or something? I don't remember what she had like straight up anthrax sent to her. Get some holy water. Yes, Florida water. We have some friends from Florida here. Someone was going to mail me some. Baptism too. That's something, whether you believe in it or not. I always say this, it's like gravity. If you walk off a building, you'll fall. It doesn't matter if you believe in it. But baptism is a great way to defend yourself too. I'm going to baptize my little niece in the lake, or someone is. I swear by white sage. Yeah, sage is great. She didn't teach me that. My apartment was full. Oh, that's okay. Of friendly friends. As a nurse, I know a lot of people who have passed, and they told me that anyone who meant no harm could stay, but they couldn't touch me. Yeah, that's perfect. Stop it. I sleep with a mirror at the end of my bed. Why? Wait. Does the mirror face the bed? I would move that. That doesn't feel right. That feels like black magic. You probably aren't doing it intentionally, but it does feel like something. Well, because P. Diddy had mirrors on the beds, all around the beds, like at the bottom. I'm sorry, on the ceiling and at the end of the bed. And he was doing satanic rituals. Those were sex magic things. But you can just go ahead and move that. It's good. Actually, I have one at the end of my bed. I'm going to have to check my witch books now that you mention that. I thought I was reflecting it. We'll have to Google. I'll Google it. Or I have witch books back there. I'll look at it. I'll let you know. All right. I believe Kenzie, yes, she would wear anyone down. The 2022 Dom is not the 2020 Dom. He's a different person. Yeah, it's so true. I have horrible neighbors. It's so crazy. They can be kept out and stop their craziness. Yeah. Protect yourself, and then they'll be repelled. Oh, I love you, boo. No, I thank you. I never forgot you. You were, I don't know I think it was the way you said to me, like, this is what's really up, because a lot of people were like inundating me. I got like drowned in it. I almost like choked on it. I was like getting drowned in information, but for some reason what you said like resonated and I got it. So thanks. Dom had several phones. Yeah, he had at least 3. Remember he said in our text. Yeah, he did. And he mentioned something about she texts. God, she has no boundaries. When he was talking about not wanting to spend like $1,000, I think Tammy and I read these the other night, when he didn't want to spend like $1,000 on her, and she posted something on Snap or on Insta that said like, please send Dom your money because he and his friends are broke, on Insta, like publicly. She's so no boundaries. She's so nuts. Yes, let's get back to Rosie and Bubba. Yeah, they're nuts. No one in his house was told someone left. That's the one okay, wait, hold on. I have to read this slower. No one in his house was old enough. Someone left. That's the one he recorded Kenzie at the door on. No. Hold on. Time out. I can clear this up. Okay. One of his buddies went to jail, and Dom died in that time that he was in jail. When the kid, according to, I think, Christine, when the kid got out of jail, he asked Christine or Dom if he could go over to the house to get his phone. No, I'm sorry. Dom had already died. So I think Angelo or Christine let the kid into Dom's house to get his phone. When he got his phone back was when he found the text, or I'm sorry, the crazy Mackenzie things. That came later after she'd already been arrested, after that kid got out of prison or jail or something. So that wasn't technically, according to something, I think that was in police interview. It wasn't one of his extra phones. It was a friend of his phone. And then Dom died and the kid got his phone back after he got out of jail. And that's how they found those texts of her being 100% crazy. One is fine. One mirror at the end of your bed facing you. And now that we're talking about it, I have one too. All right. No, I'm not going to lie. YouTube crashed when I went to start dinner and hi, Bobby, and start dinner. Long story short, I just got caught up. I heard you. Time to cook. All right. Thanks for coming, Bobby. I appreciate you. Quack, quack. This guy obviously never. Bobby, welcome our new members. Woo! Yeah, we're going to talk about black magic, but I want to give our members, maybe I'll do it in the morning. I want to give you guys like my full attention and not be like tired and woozy. Yes, welcome. We are going to do a members live. Yes, you just can't have two that face each other. Okay, good. That's what I have. Okay. Whew. Right. Uh-oh, Bobby. Oh, wait. Sorry. Okay. Bubba, I think what happened to Bubba, according to Tyler Proctor, is that Bubba never liked Mackenzie. He thought she was so annoying. And the first night he was telling all the truth to Tyler Proctor. And then the next day, Rosie told him to, that's not what happened. That's what Tyler Proctor told the police. It's tough. This lovely man looks through Rose. Oh, I know. It's so sad. It's as though this lovely man looks through rose-tinted glasses on Dom and Mackenzie. Which lovely man? Wine? Wine? Question mark? I would drink wine if I drank wine, but I don't. Agree. I'm going to bed in a minute, but it's okay. Thanks for making my evening enjoyable. Tammy, no, thank you for making us available, or thanks for making us a priority. We love you. And I think what we'll do is I don't know. I feel like if we do the text, I don't mind doing the text. And I know you have to go to bed. So what we could do is end this now. I could start another live and then I could read them until I like shoot her. She's insufferable. I'll check when I get up. Okay. Yes, eye drops are deadly. There was a court case we saw, or I just watched it. It was like, I want to say it was almost his secretary. She was poisoning her boss with like eye drops. Eye drops give you the runs. Yes, someone else mentioned that. Do you think? Yes, I do. This I personally do. She's the only one, based on like just watching this live with the girls getting a pizza delivered to her house. That's that crazy. And it was like on the year anniversary that she burned Don's grave. I had to learn a lot. I had a lot of activity. Yeah, just protect yourself. 100%. Those, I know I keep talking about them, but those prayers will help you 100%. Excellent question. Excellent question. Oh, Kissinger, thank you. Oh, Nicole Kissinger is a scumbag. Nicole, hey, NK, why do you have a safe house in Denver? I say yes, 100%. Yeah, Kissinger, I agree. My mother is a nurse, and there was a patient that was coming into the hospital and killing his wife slowly with injecting her with lake water. Oh, that sounds horrible. Horrible. That sounds horrible. What a dick. What? Who was it? Oh, it was Corey Richins. I thought her husband had gotten injected with something, but then they said it was in his stomach. I just didn't believe that he would have ever taken a drink of hers ever, because she speaking of psycho, she was nuts too. Wait, what? My mirror is being moved now. I know, I have to go check mine at the end of the bed. I don't know, because Puff Daddy in that court case, he had mirrors above watching them and at the end. And I will have to, well, the end is like, you know, when you're doing medicine, or if you're doing healing work, you start at the head or wherever. but it always flushes out your feet. I'm going to move mine too. Lake water sounds horrible. A horrible way to die. Yay, welcome, boss lady. Okay, my closet mirrors are mirrors. My closet doors are mirrors. As long as you don't have a mirror that makes it a tunnel, it's okay. It's okay. And you can protect your mirrors too. I can help you with that if you need it. All right. Hello, boss lady. Okay, I'm not sure how to feel towards the family. Oh, here's our ride or die. I kept saying, is our ride or die here? I was asking for your opinion on something. I was like, she'll remember. I can't remember what it was, but welcome, ride or die. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. No. There's no such thing as late. Time is a construct. You know that. I don't even believe in it. And when I teach you guys about time, what they did to like mindfuckers. Oh, okay. We'll get there. Welcome. Yes, I didn't make it very clear about the phone. Drama, what do you mean about the phone? Let us know. Drama, cover them with fabric. Yeah, and I would also wipe them down with like soapy water or however, wipe them down and like imagine washing them in white light and anything that's not yours. One thing that one of my mentors was like, wouldn't let me get used mirrors because they can like transfer stuff. But I'll just say that I will like wash, or if you can take them off of something like and put them in the sunlight and rub it down and like imagine the white light like cleansing it and getting rid of anything that nothing is. Those prayers give you the exact words, but it's like nothing that is attached is welcome. I'm starting to rethink my love of thrifting. Oh my God, I love thrifting. I was just thrifting. Oh, I call it the free table. My sister gets rid of so much cool, good stuff, and she buys really expensive stuff. And so I call it the free table, thrifting. All right. I refuse antiques. Oh, yeah, you can cleanse all that stuff. I don't know if there are any New Hampshire people here. There's a really cool jewelry store in Portsmouth. She cleanses all of the jewelry. It's all like estate stuff. Yes, Miss Kelly. The techs take endurance, that's for sure. And Tammy was a good sport. Tammy even volunteered tonight if we had started a half an hour ago. My main thing was I also want to get through all these, but I didn't want to not give our members the full, like, I want to be 100% present and not tired. I could start what I want to do if we're going to start the text. Tammy is a great sport, 100%, and I love you. Thank you for volunteering. I could start them. It could be one of those 2-hour nights or it could be a half an hour. Depends on Kenzie's psychoness. All right. I won't buy anything that someone else owned. That stuff freaks me out. Oh, not me. I love it. But I do cleanse the shit out of it. And I can also feel stuff but I get all that. I never viewed it that way. I liked it. Okay. When he's singing and dancing in the champagne in the back of the limo. Yeah, he's a good guy. I love both those kids. They're both cool. Like they're both, unless they're a psyop. Oh, that's maybe what I need to do for a ride or die. I always meet the most random people at thrift stores. Have a peaceful night. I love you. Thank you for all your help. Good night, everyone. Love you. Maybe saltwater. Yep, that's a good one. Saltwater fixes everything. My doorbell just rang. If it's a fucking pizza, man. If this is pizza from Mackenzie Shirilla. Hi. Well, you have a big mirror over your fireplace, Kate. Oh, this is fake. If you in the beginning when you guys were in for YouTube, I'm sorry, for Idaho 4, I was an international business job and I got to go international. I love Corporateville, but the universe wanted me to do this. In the early Idaho videos, you can see a shitload of orbs, but you can see my whole apartment and it makes me feel a little weird that like people could see my whole apartment. So this is fake. But I appreciate it. my bro, if that's pizza, okay. Yeah, that's true, Debbie. It does look like that, but it's fake. In those early Idaho videos, you can see my whole apartment. It just felt weird that people could like see my apartment. As more people started finding us, it was like, all right. I got an antique ring for Christmas one year. I took it to a pawn shop and I've never had bad luck. Yeah. I mean, it's also like, you can cleanse it. Yeah, I just cleanse it, literally run water over it. I can feel it in like all my gems. Like I don't have any, of course, right here, but I just rinse them in water and then I put them in the sun for a minute or the moon. It depends. It'll tell you. Ask it. Like, ask it what it wants. I was just saying, if those are 2 pizzas for Mackenzie, then we are going to call Tammy back and we're going to start reading all those texts because I even like have my hair. Tammy is a real one. Yeah, she's awesome. Well, if those are pizzas from Mackenzie, then we are definitely reading the Mackenzie texts. And we're going to say, hi, Mackenzie. Hi, Natalie. Hi. It probably isn't. Why am I taunting them? All right. Here comes karma. It's my brother, Dominic. Oh, you have a brother named Dominic? He comes over all the time. Oh, so it's not pizza. All right. All right. It's not pizza. All right, good. Yeah, we love brothers. It would have been a little bit secretly awesome if it was pizza, though. I would literally, I don't have Tammy's phone number, but I would have called her because she's on the East Coast and been like, sorry, you're up. We're going in. We probably would have pulled an all-nighter if that was Mackenzie. It looked like a hallway. I've seen your little apartment. Yeah. It just, when people, as I was growing more, and of course, please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. It just felt really weird. And then I'd meet people in the wild that would be like, I know you from YouTube. And I'd be like, oh. I always like wanted someone to see me in the wild with my family around. Be like, see? I swear, here comes karma. Okay. Yeah, you are very protective. We love that. I'm not sure if trusting trust your intuition. I have not seen that. Our friend from Ohio yet. I believe it though, because that was the energy I got right away. Was that it was straight up demonic possession. I got that. And I said that in the very first reading I ever did. If you don't, then trust your intuition. Oh, I call anyone in the wild. If I meet anyone like Gigi, I'm a single mom, and Gigi of all girls. What does Gigi mean? Is that grandma? Wait, what were we talking? Oh, in the wild. Oh, so like I'll be somewhere. Oh, I was okay. So my dad volunteered me to work at the golf course last year when all the kids went back to college. So I get there and this guy walks, this is called In the Wild. This guy walks in and he's like looking at me and I didn't really notice. And then he came back in and he's like, do you have a YouTube and you're working on the Karen Reed? He was from Canton. Let's just say he's in the wild and he's friends with Paul. But anyway, so that's what I call in the wild. When I meet anyone who like from YouTube that recognizes me in the wild. All right. What is Mackenzie's? Oh, we just read those. Please rewind. I just read those texts. She did, according to Christine, and I just read them like an hour ago. So if you rewind a little while, you'll see like red and green, and that's where you'll find it. Feel free to support your girl, you guys, throw her some cash. All right. We've been live for 3 hours. All right. Since Mackenzie wasn't the one delivering us pizzas. All right. I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to think for a second about reading some of those texts. That's a really fun, easy way. You can see the brothers video on the crew. Oh, that kid I think is a PSYOP. What's that kid's name? Boom. This kid I think is a PSYOP from Idaho. I called that out in Idaho. The Idaho 4 case. I think he's a PSYOP from Idaho 4 case. What is that kid's name? I don't know, but I think he's a PSYOP. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I wanted to talk about the PSYOP thing when I mentioned you earlier. If we watch it again and you see why, and I said, is All Right or Die here? I'm guessing that's what it was about. What is that kid's name? I don't know. I don't care. I think he's a PSYOP. I think it's all fake. I think he's fake because he, in my opinion, was spreading fake information about the Idaho 4 case. And he came out of nowhere and had like $500,000 followers. Dylan's boyfriend. Oh no, I think he was also in what was it? The Outside Sales. He was also in Outside Sales. Yes, he was. I believe that he was real, and he was in Outside Sales, in my opinion. Dylan. Hey, where have you been lately? The only person to live through a massacre and not hear anything. That's not believable. I didn't even have to be a psychic or medium to know that's not believable. I don't even want to talk about that D-bag. She just talking about her like gets me worked up. I'm wound up. All right. This is what I'm going to do. For my lovely, dear, wonderful, beautiful members, I am going to do our black magic thing when I'm not tired and I can focus 100% on it because I want to give you my 100%. I might just go to the bathroom and then restart a live and just read some texts. That's an easy way to like kill some time. And I secretly, even though she drives me crazy, until the other day, I didn't have like a breaking point. Tammy saved me. She threw me a whole lifeboat. And I know Tammy went to bed. Tammy, I love you. Thank you for your help. So you might see me in a minute. I'm going to do the members. I feel like I just want to give you guys 100% of my time, and 9 o'clock is usually my bedtime. So I might do some texts for an hour, but I'm going to start a new live so that it will be its own thing. Because at the end of all of these texts, what I want to do, you know, Emily D. Baker, or even the Sofa Kid, Paul from the Sofa, he put all of the Sarah Boone, they both put all the Sarah Boone stuff together. I want all of the texts to be in one cohesive video. So like if you want to binge for 20 hours, that's kind of the logic. And I just thought of it at TJ Maxx the other day. I was probably listening to a Sarah Boone. God, I love that case. I don't know why. It's just so crazy. She's so annoyingly crazy. I love it. All right. I think that's the plan. There's something on my radar for the PSYOP. Oh, wait until. Yeah, I know. We have got to talk about this stuff. I have got to work on that book. All right. This is my plan. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming, liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all of the things. Oh, the clip. Here, I'll get the. I cannot even remember that kid's name. I don't even care. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out, being here. This is what I think I'm going to do right now. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'm going to start another live so that it's just going to be texts. And it could last half an hour or it could last 2 hours. I have no idea. It's going to depend on Mackenzie's attitude. So if you'd like to join us, I'll probably be back in about 10. I literally just have to go to the bathroom. But that's the logic with starting a new live is so I can put them all together when they're done. So we can have like a binge fest of Mackenzie being psycho. Okay, that's my plan. So with that, I will love you and leave you. Thank you all so much for coming, being here. Why is it coming to my thoughts in a clip? I don't understand. Oh, why is it coming to my thoughts in eclipse? I believe from Dr. Insanity, videos of them at 2 at a party, 3 at a friend's, and 5 with Dom cuddling. Well, hold on. There's already something wrong with that timeline because at 5 o'clock, well, who knows? Who knows? Mackenzie said that Dom wasn't cuddling with her at 5. She tells her mom in a prison call, and we have like 9. I mean, everyone, I'm sure, whoever got the dump. I only have 5 of them. I put 4 videos together, so it's like an hour-long segments. And she says in a prison call that Dom wasn't rubbing her and cuddling her. He was missing. So I already don't know about this timeline. I don't know. It could be a PSYOP. It could all be fake. We don't know. I have no idea. It does have all of. I don't know. I don't know. All right. I don't know. So anyway, that's with that timeline. Mackenzie, the other thing that Mackenzie's mom did slip and say that Davian was sitting on Dom's lap. Because you're psycho. It took you 25 seconds to get to 100 like a psycho. I don't know. That's the only thing about that timeline that Mackenzie wants to know where he was at 5. I like cuddling. Yeah, cuddling a porcupine. Seriously. All right, so I'm going to go to the bathroom, restart a new live so that way it'll just be our text message. And Tammy, I love you. Don't you worry. Thank you for volunteering to help me. So this I'm going to start another live like right after. I just have to like set it up and go to the bathroom. And then it could be a half an hour you'll see me, or it could be a couple hours. I don't know. It's going to depend on Mackenzie's attitude. Just kidding. Do you really think that Mackenzie would let Dom pet her head while she's trying to sleep? Oh, that's a great point. No, it's really weird. She like would try to get close to him and then she'd be a raging psycho. I'm going to need wine. Oh, yeah. If I drank wine, I would get some. All right. I'm going to call it on this line. And then I'm going to start another one. And so I'll be right. Give me like 5 minutes, 10 maybe. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you on the flip side. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the things. And I will either see you in about 1 minute or later. Okay, I have no idea, but I love you. I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye. Good night.
Oh, you'll never get to wear those figure skates. I'm gonna whack.